graduation party. When we graduated from high school, bro, all my Italian relatives came over the house with stuff they made. And then my uncle, who owned a pop shop in Bloomfield, he brought soda. And then all my Irish relatives came over with whiskey. Everybody got hammered. We had fried chicken and beer, and everybody went home and never.
Can I give you some advice? Because you're still raising your children with a beautiful wife. But let me just say
hot.
this. Here's
the only reason why we're together.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Take it from me.
Yeah.
You remember the days when I was sleeping 2 hours a night, working more than I needed to work because I thought I never would have enough and I didn't want to lose everything I had. Well, you know how that story ended because I was never home. I worked too much.
Right on.
But my kids that I gave everything to, we used to call it Toys R Me as opposed to Toys R Us.
Absolutely.
Guess what happens? They grow up, and you text them, and 3 days later they get back and say, okay, so I know how much you love your children, but it's more important that you're there and they have less.
Right on.
Trust me when I'm telling you. Everything you say is absolutely right.
As soon as I get home tonight, I'm beating the kids.
Listen, my kids never even got one hand laid on them.
Really?
Oh, man, come on.
Maybe you should have done a little more of that.
Listen, I had a cut man growing up. I mean, someone in my corner. My dad didn't take anything from any of us. Listen.
Here's my thing. We have 5 new cars at my house. 5. My father never had a new car in his life.
We had one. That was it. And it had to work.
And look, I'm trying to, people think, okay, you're a whining rich guy. Maybe so. But I like the old school stuff, Pratt, like you do. That's why we've been friends so long. And I want my kids to think the way I think and the way my wife thinks about, man, can you believe how much we love each other? My kids have never had a fight, ever, ever. My kids have never been in trouble. My kids are wonderful.
Is that a good thing, though?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I just think sometimes you got to get lumped up a little bit in life. You got to taste your own blood sometimes to appreciate it.
My daughter was sitting on the couch crying yesterday.
I don't want my daughter doing that, but the boys, every once in a while, you got to.
They all suffer failure, but they have to learn to get up themselves. I don't get engaged in fighting the coach. Not happening. I don't get engaged in fighting the teacher. Not happening. I get engaged in you get these grades, you work your ass off, and you succeed. And in the big picture, when it comes to money, my man, I want my kids to work their asses off like we have and come home every night for dinner like I do.
Yeah, can I tell you something? That's what I miss the most.
Yeah.
And that's why at least you understand that. And that's why you two will make it through anything.
And I talk to my dad every night.
But that's why, let me just get back to this business. That's why these fish fries mean so much.
Absolutely.
Taking this fish home to your family from Kuhn's Market, it's a tradition. When we were growing up, we went to the local beer garden on Friday nights. My dad got a draft beer, Jersey's Corner. We got a fish sandwich, chocolate pop. It was a big night. We were together. And that's what these fish sandwiches are all about.
That's absolutely true. 100%.
Listen, I got to just real quick before we get to this traffic thing. I went home last night, and I wasn't feeling real good, so I was watching a bunch of stuff. And
you had the runs.
Oh, it was rough.
Yeah.
But standing 8 count, and I'm back. Well, anyway.
So leave it on me.
No. President Trump, I was watching his little presser that he had live in the Oval Office. Mm-hmm. If half of what this guy was saying is true about what we're paying for certain things, like lumber from Canada, we're being ripped off. No wonder why housing and all these problems. If this guy does what he says he's going to do with lumber, there's going to be more lumber to go around than ever before. Coast to coast, we're going to save money.
Whatever.
And guess, you don't believe it.
No, I believe in a market economy, and I know guys in the lumber business, and that's not how it works. Trump doesn't control the price of oil, the price of lumber, or the cost of our house.
But
Come on, man.
Isn't some of these other nations basically controlling us because they got us basically hoodwinked thinking we need them?
Really? We have no control? Really, Rob?
We don't need Canada or Mexico. Can't we do some of this stuff in our own country?
Really? You know how many countries make a car now? About 8 countries make a car. 8.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that actually works in the global economy. We make Toyotas in the United States. It works.
The engines come from Canada, son, or China. We got to take a break.
We got to get to traffic. It's 10:15.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. What's up, Ellen, my friend?
Hey, guys. Happy Fish Friday out there. And as we look out over the area roads, if you are getting out and about right now, you do have some delays. We'll get to those in just a bit. We do need to let you know that we've heard from PennDOT and confirmed there is no timetable just yet on when 22 will reopen. It is closed right now in both directions at Route 819. This in Salem Township, Westmoreland County, because of an earlier fatal accident. You are continued to ask to avoid the area, and certainly as soon as we have the notice of the reopening of that road, we will bring it to you here. You want to expect delays around an accident on the ramp from the westbound PA Turnpike to the Parkway East 376 and Business 22 in Monroeville. Parkway East inbound stacks at Edgewood Swissvale, and the Parkway West is still heavy at the top of Green Tree Hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
When you buy appliances, they break. It's just the truth. Check this out. Voss TV and Appliance, they have their own crews, their own folks, techs that fix this stuff, and they're magnificent. Here's the other thing about Voss. Our dishwasher broke. They got a new dishwasher in our house within a week and a half. In this marketplace, in crazy weather, during crazy times. Voss TV and Appliance, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help.
Tom, are you there?
Prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies.
PJ was saying that Marty's kind of hot, so either if you could turn him down a little bit or just tell him to back off the mic a little bit.
This is not insurance.
Where do you
Insurance
stream
includes
this at?
Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Hey, folks, Marty
Do you
Griffin.
have your own?
I go back years with Rob Pierce from
And the same with Rob, Tom.
more than 40 years. Clients are never charged unless the case is won. That remains the foundation of this firm's work. Led by managing partner Rob Pierce, this family-owned firm dedicated to helping friends and neighbors in the fight
how are
against
you?
negligence, wrongdoing, and abuse. I've seen it, folks. Skilled professionals, professional injury attorneys, and legal professionals. The firm provides compassionate and experienced representation to injury victims and their families, from personal injury and nursing home abuse to medical malpractice and Social Security disability cases. Robert Pierce and Associates been serving communities around this city, state, and the region for 40 years, committed to ensuring full and fair compensation. Call them right now for a no-obligation consultation. 412-214-7477.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural hair products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Check this out. My man, JK, he owns Hofstadt's in Oakmont. They have a drive-by fish fry. You pull up to the curb in front of Hofstadt's, which is right there in the heart of Oakmont on Allegheny Avenue. You get your ash, then bring your cash to the drive-by fish fry. Get it? Hofstadt's. Great restaurant. Great food.
All right, coming back to you.
Your ash, then bring your cash to the drive-by fish fry. Hofstadt's. Unbelievable.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is still the inside story, isn't it? Your show.
Here with you, man.
Okay, so this is the inside the Kuhn
I'm
market.
Pratt's boy today. I'm proud to say it. Hey, let me say this about the thing about Joe was, and he was like
Joe Dentisi.
he was like a family member. You guys
Like
are
my
family.
dad. Like my
yeah,
dad.
yeah.
Love him.
Whenever I was around him, he felt like the guy cares about people. When you're in the store, man, you get that same vibe. The employees, the customers all know you. It's old school, right?
Yep.
I love it.
Well, listen, the CEO, Jody Zima, cut from the same cloth. Frank, cut from the same cloth. Their children, I love the fact these family-owned businesses, and we need more of that in this country. So that's why that little thing, that mayor's race just a few miles from here getting into the city of Pittsburgh is so important. we got a store down there on Highwood Street in the north side, which I absolutely love. I just hope that we can get back to the city that I remember, where people feel a little bit safer. You know what I mean?
It's hard, man.
Everybody I've asked on the radio or in person, they don't feel safe, and that's just not good, Marty. That's just not good.
Well, I happen to be very close to the young man who I love, and Patrick knows him really well, who opened Salem's, however you want to describe it, on the Hill District.
Right.
And spent many hours in there with him as he watched his revenue just disappear for 100 different reasons. So to your point, there's a dynamic in certain communities that makes it almost impossible. In that location, for instance, there have been 8 stores. 8, brother. And my man, the state, city, different grants, total more than $15 million that they would write checks to the owners just to keep it open. And it's a struggle. And then you have a family like this, the Dentisi family.
Right.
You got to respect and admire the hell out of the fact that
they made it work.
Succeed, because I'm going to throw a number out there that no one wants to believe because they think grocery stores are cash machines. And I got this from one of my boys who's a player. A profit margin in your average big-time grocery chain, Rob, is under 2%. 2, brother.
I know a little bit about this business. I know.
So
people
you know
don't
what I'm
realize.
saying? For them to keep these doors open, to keep the fruit out there, it's a hell of a journey, and the fact that they're committed to it is amazing.
And right now, in the midst of building a multi-million-dollar brand new store in Bellevue.
That's really cool.
That's going to not only feed Bellevue, but it's going to feed folks from McKees Rocks that have no grocery store.
Right on. And tell me about their. But I remember having fish from here, man.
It's haddock. See, everybody else does cod, pollock. We do haddock. That's something that Joe wanted to do, Jody wants to do, Frank wants to do. Breadwork buns, halushki, this and that. I was driving in here today and I see all the signs. 2 sandwiches for $5. Believe me, that's not a good
What
quality
is that,
fish.
McDonald's?
No, I'm not telling you where it is.
Come on, man.
But
Arby's.
I know this fish sandwich. It's affordable. It's delicious, and one can feed 2. I mean, it's that massive. And it's absolutely incredible. And if you want some great mac and cheese, speaking of the historic North Side, I love all of these other stores, but Highwood Street has a molten bat. Highwood Street, the North Side store.
Yeah.
The best mac and cheese, mouth-watering good. You know the kind that sticks.
Have you been in there? Like in the mac and cheese, like sit in there?
Absolutely.
Because you do those weird videos. Holding a jar of mustard.
Listen,
like
that's
we
actually,
never saw
it
French.
exfoliates the skin.
Who the hell hasn't seen Heinz ketchup? When you're pitching that, what the hell are you thinking?
I can't help it, man. I just love the grocery business. Let me ask you something. Have
Yeah.
you ever not had a bottle of Heinz ketchup in your house? In your entire life, from the moment you took your first breath, that's the only constant you can say in your life, that there's always been Heinz ketchup in your refrigerator.
But I've never been moved to grab a bottle of it and cut a video.
I
in the
have
middle of the
issues.
Grocery store.
You don't think I don't realize that?
Patrick, how many times has my man asked you? He doesn't have a headset. How many times has my man asked you to cut videos for him? I'm afraid of Pratt. I'll see him in the hall and I'll hide under a desk.
Patrick's taking care of me, though, man.
Yeah.
Gave me some nice little equipment to help me move along in the right direction.
So that they started selling the fish already on Wednesday, right?
Ash Wednesday, yeah.
But today,
Every Friday, but we do it throughout the year, but this is go time right now.
yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm a little biased.
Why wouldn't you be? It's delicious.
It's the best. And I kept, when I was going through that pandemic pound or two that put me at $3 bills and more, I was crushing 2 of those every Friday.
You weighed more than 300 pounds?
312. So let me tell you, I go to my doctor.
Are you serious?
Dr. Timothy Jackson, the greatest guy on the planet. He says 312. I went, oh my God. He went, well, you've got your clothes on. I said, okay, so I'm 295. Yeah. Yeah, man. 4 years, I just munched everything in sight. But now I'm 195, feeling great, and
You look good.
I feel good, man. And he did a lot of good for me, as has my man, Dr. Eddie Schnell, down here over the hill with Pat DeMayo and company. Look, I need more than one doctor. Elvis had a bunch of doctors, but they're not doing that for me. They're just keeping me healthy now.
So we're going to stay on this all day with the Kuhns and the fish, but we're going to get serious about something
This
right
has
after
to be
the break.
talked about. This has to be talked about.
Rob has a decades-long relationship with the DA Steve Zappala, and I've known him since high school. And I think, and I'm not going to speak for Rob ever, that both of us were a little, well, I was, blown away by Ed Gainey's video that's gone viral and the world's talking about. We're going to give you our insights, and I've reached out to a bunch of folks this morning, and we're going to play that video and talk about this notion that
It's ridiculous.
that Steve would be a racist. Before we go to the break, I want to mention this, that right now, Zappala's people are putting together this criminal case against Monview Heights. And the reason why I'm saying this in the context of Ed calling him a racist is that's a predominantly dominated project. One of the worst slums in America.
It's terrible. It's sad.
Only Zappala, Mr. quote-unquote racist Zappala, would send his people in there
To help.
and go after the owners, to kick their asses. And it's all coming down in court today. It's one of the ugliest cases I've ever seen. Rob, in one of the units, the floors were so rotted, and this comes from a source, the floors were so rotted that a young girl fell through the floor.
Horrible. All right, let's do a little traffic. Go ahead.
Oh, it's your turn?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead. You're better at
All right,
it.
hit the little
No
sign.
traffic, no traffic.
Okay, no traffic.
Oh, there's no
so I guess
traffic?
we can go to break. You want to go to break?
We'll be right back, folks.
There are times where high standards of
Rob and Marty, if you could just back off your mics a little bit.
Okay.
and should you let just anyone give you guidance?
Traffic is on the 5, 15, 35, 45.
Say it again.
Don't make
5,
the grade.
35,
You see-
45. Okay.
Yep.
Spirits and open minds. We're not short of spiritual
And yeah, if you could both back off the mics a little bit, they sound very hot.
makes a good psychic.
Hey, this is Brian. I'm
California Psychics connect you with the very best. So we can guarantee if your reading is
Do you want to try and switch while we have a moment?
or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So, there's never been a better time to give our service.
Because I'd be happy to switch to a different one if that's what we need to do.
Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Beat this
Okay. Just keep me posted.
Heroes at Zero Res. This month, get 3-room Zero Resified starting at $129. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResPGH.com today.
Colin Dunlap for Window Nation. Winters, they're long here. Listen, if that winter weather is coming through your windows, you need Window Nation. Energy-efficient windows going to keep your home comfortable. Right now, 2 windows free for every 2 that you buy, plus 0 down, no payments or interest for 2 full years. Hurry, the offer ends soon, so schedule that fast free estimate right now. 866-90-NATION, that's 866-90-NATION, or WindowNation.com. Window Nation, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Receive a pair of Penguins tickets with the purchase of a house of windows.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
37 with partly cloudy skies. It's 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A 41-year-old man being held in the Allegheny County Jail died early this morning. Warden Trevor Wingard says the unidentified man was brought to the jail last night on charges of resisting arrest and prohibited act.
That sounds better.
As the man experienced a medical emergency as he was waiting for his arraignment, and life-saving measures were unsuccessful.
That's perfect.
There will now be an internal review of the death and a county police investigation. A school van driver was killed in a collision with a tractor-trailer this morning in Westmoreland County. This happened after 7 a.m. in Salem Township at the intersection of Routes 22 and 819. No students were in the van at the time of the crash. The DMJ transportation van was en route for the Greensburg-Salem School District. A man accused of shooting a woman in the head last month in Stowe Township is facing attempted homicide and other charges. 47-year-old John Irwin was arrested Thursday in the February shooting inside a Lamont Street home that left the woman in critical condition. In an interview later, police say the victim told them Irwin shot her following an argument. She is expected to make a full recovery. This weekend kicks off the Thaw, Pittsburgh's new 3-weekend festival in Market Square, celebrating the end of winter. Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership President and CEO Jeremy Waldrop says there will be ice sculptures, children's activities, and lots of music.
to have an ice and snow celebration, which it looks like it's going to be cold. We have veteran Billy Price. He's going to be joining us on the main stage on Saturday. And one of my local favorite band out of CMU that I fell in love with about 10 years ago called Beauty Slap will be there on Sunday.
The thaw will continue over the next 2 weekends. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 85 points at 42,494. The Nasdaq down 84 points. The S&P is down 21. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Suddenly it's spring. Discover everything for your home at the 43rd Annual Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show, March 7 through 16, Convention Center downtown. Shop the region's most trusted marketplace. Don't miss celebrity appraiser Dr. Lori and Don Engebretson, the Renegade Gardener, this weekend only. Discover the farm-to-table lifestyle and stroll through a fully furnished model home by Buckhorn Showcase built right inside the Convention Center. Visit pghhome.com for details. Don't miss the largest home event in America, the Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show, Convention Center downtown.
Have you heard about Gunny's Ridge? Oh, you're about to. Gunny's Ridge is a safe haven, a healing place, a learning place. It's for veterans with long-term PTSD. You know, there are thousands right here that need help, and they need it right now. It's a 100-acre farm, rec center, learning space, amazing space. Wait till you see the plans. There's a lodge and a barn. There'll be one-on-one activities, family activities. We can make this dream come true. We can do it together. Check it out at Gunny'sRidge.org, Gunny'sRidge.org. Amazing.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Is that a new Samsung Galaxy A15 5G?
Yeah, I got it for free when I joined Cricket Nation.
Sounds pretty great.
At Cricket, anyone can get a new phone when they switch.
Whoa.
With a high-quality camera, meaning more flattering selfies for all. And super fast 5G, so you can post them for all to see. Your friends, your family, your ex. Free phone! Free phone!
Okay, I'll switch.
Welcome to Cricket Nation.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. These terms and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends, weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDK AAA Traffic, on the 5s, of course, brought to you by Bowser, Genesis of Monroeville. Here's Ellen Gamble. Ellen?
All right, thanks, Rob. And, of course, as Bill mentioned in the news earlier, fatal accident continues to be a scene that is being worked by investigators and emergency crews. This in Salem Township, Westmoreland County. Route 22, William Penn Highway, remains closed in both directions at Route 819. You are asked to avoid the area there. Expect delays as crews continue to work to clear an accident from the westbound Pennsylvania Turnpike. This is on the ramp to the Parkway East 376 and Business 22 in Monroeville. Parkway East inbound right now, a little bit slow at Edgewood-Swissvale in advance of the Squirrel Hill tunnels. And the Parkway West inbound quite heavy all the way down the front side of Green Tree Hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
After morning sunshine, clouds increase this afternoon, high 45. Tonight will be cloudy, a bit of wet snow and rain mixed early, then a little snow later tonight, ending late. There can be a slushy covering to an inch in places. Watch for slick spots, especially late tonight, though 29. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Kuhn's Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Kuhn's Market.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Friday, end of the week, we made it. I'll be on after Pirates baseball, so check me out then. Colin Dunlap, question mark, until 6 today, right here, KDK.
Okay.
It's your show, man.
Being that we're by this cafe,
You're the fish, man.
I'm kind of curious. So you get out of Central Catholic, you go to college.
Yeah.
You remember the first brand beer that you had in your life? What was
When
it?
I was 14.
14?
Rolling Rock.
14?
Tommy Bellin's basement. His dad bought us a case of beer. We smoked a couple joints. You want me to lie? Or you want me to tell you the truth?
Jeez.
What?
My goodness. This is what I miss about you.
Subsequently, I got arrested for stealing cars. And the guy who bought us the beer, his father, who was a great guy, and I love Tommy Bellin. He was a wonderful guy who's passed.
Stealing cars?
Yeah, why not? I don't recommend it for 14-year-olds.
No.
And my mom was hysterical. Why wouldn't she be? She thought I was headed to prison. I probably was. But the point being, so we're in this guy's basement drinking beer and smoking weed at 14. And he literally said, my mother says, his name was Clyde. He was a wonderful man. He was a trumpet player, jazz. And his wife was a burlesque dancer. I can't make this stuff up.
Well, I remember the burlesque era
back in
the
that
city
day.
of Pittsburgh. Yep.
So he says to my wife, she says, why were you getting my boy at 14 years old high and buying the beer? And Clyde said, just trying to keep the fellas off the streets, Rose. So, yeah, the answer to your question, yes, it was Rolling Rock, 14 years old.
All right, now let's get down to the business at hand here, Mr. Zappala. What in the world, honestly, think about this. You go from all the things that you really have tried to accomplish in your term as mayor, and then you start talking about Trump money after you courted the Republicans to come here for the convention, and then you make this statement, and I like Ed Gainey, but then you make this statement about Steven Zappala, who's probably one of the most straight-laced individuals who I think could have been a great governor if he wasn't too straight as far as being when it comes to telling the truth.
Let's play what everyone's talking about. Let's play that audio. Ryan, my man, play that, please. This is from yesterday.
I'm telling nonprofits they got to pay their fair share. I'm telling developers that's ran this city for multiple years that I ain't giving them no money unless they got affordable housing. I told the Post-Gazette that I'll never support you until you give the collective bargaining agreement to your workers. I told the DA he's a racist. I ain't support the DA. I told them all where I stand. And I understand this because I grew up in this city my whole life, so the racism don't scare me. For the first time ever in this city, we got 3 black prime contractors on major real estate jobs. The Public Works Division over in Bell Suver, the school in Bell Suver and Homewood School. First time, 54% of our subcontractors are African American. First time. See, they don't care about issues. We argue about the issues. You can't hurt nobody talking about an issue. When you want to change the dynamics of anything, you take their interest. You take their money. The same money they've been taking from us. And you tell them they got to spread that power out. Because if we don't start demanding more, we ain't going to get it. Philly getting it, Cleveland getting it, QC getting it. See, I lived here. Yeah. So I don't have no fear.
Wow.
These little tactics like this, yeah, they hurt. But I've been here before. But I'm asking you for your vote. They can come in here and say whatever and do whatever. I got the most diverse administration this city has ever seen. They said this city was the worst city for black women in the nation. I got so many black women working in my upper management team, it's ridiculous. Because I never bought it that we a liability. We ain't no liability. I come from a single mom of 15 years old. Ain't no liability. Straight off of Francis Street. I'm an asset. see these wounds that made me who I am today. We can continue to change this city, but I can't do it without you.
There you go. This is yesterday in front of. Let me say this about that. I'm not defending it. I'm just kind of trying to give it context.
Right.
It'd be like me going in to talk to an Italian club or an Irish club.
Right.
This is his demo, man. He's talking to his people. That's what he's doing.
But is that the wisest thing to publish to where people everywhere?
I'm not defending it.
I know.
Calling Steve Zappala doesn't.
What prompted
erase
that? Just because of the room? I mean, what prompted him to do that?
The racial comment?
Yeah.
They have a pretty strained history.
Over what? It could be that deep.
There have been allegations and investigations and back and forth and subtext and but let me say this and then I know you have the same. I've known Steve since high school. He's 3 years older, but he was a god at Central Catholic. I have an off and on relationship with him for various reasons, which is irrelevant today. However, as I mentioned before the break, right now his lawyers are preparing to go into a hearing at 11 o'clock. And his people spent months and months investigating Monview Heights, one of the most despicable slumlord properties in America that no one would jack with except Steve. Steve sent people in there, actuarial investigators, forensic accountants, to crawl up there you-know-what and indict the owners.
Because of the deplorable conditions that people are living in.
Where all these poor black folks are living.
Right.
Steve fighting that fight. Steve's primary investigator for 25 years, Mr. Logan, who's a badass, African-American. His second in command, African-American. Look, I've been around and I've seen everything twice. I've been around Zappala thousands of times, Mr. Pratt.
I believe that.
I have never, ever heard him.
Me neither.
He's not a.
That's the least thing I would ever connect to Steven Zappala.
There is a lot of rhetoric right now regarding, and these aren't my words, this is what I'm getting all over the place, that now Ed Gainey is playing the race card, whatever that means.
Why would he be doing that?
Because he's getting his ass kicked.
Oh, desperation.
In some of the polls, he's down by 20. In the most recent poll from a really good company, he's down by 14, 16. He raised $24,000 last month, $24,000. Corey raised $650,000. You know, last act of a desperate man.
Let me just say this to kind of
of course,
even
please,
things out.
Give us your context.
Because of the pandemic and all of the crime, of course, and the obviously corporations that were not using office space, the lack of population. Do you think no matter who, what, when, where, why, or how, it was almost going to be impossible for Ed Gainey to get reelected if a strong Democrat would run against him? Because Republicans, I'm not saying they're null and void, but that would be a giant hurdle, right? But is it almost as though no matter what, it's an uphill battle for him, whether it's Corey or someone else? Because it just has been rough because of what we've been dealing with, or could he have actually done something to make it a whole lot better?
I think Pittsburghers are tired of woke. I think they're tired of progressives. I think they're tired of the blame game. I think Pittsburgh is in the same position America was in. And for the same reasons that Americans elected Trump, they will elect Corey. Now, Corey is not Trump. Corey's a progressive.
All right.
But they won't elect Ed Gainey.
If you guys want to jump in on this, 866-391-1020, we're at Kuhn's Market. Fabulous Fish Fry Friday, the first of the season. Those great haddock fish sandwiches at all 8 locations. It's 10:45.
From the PG Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up, my friend?
All right, guys, just got report of another accident, Marty. This one is on, let me see here, Butler Street at 62nd Street. That rings in as Lawrenceville, of course. So that's right at the end of the 62nd Street Bridge. You could expect to see some emergency crews and first responders headed to the scene there. Watch out for possible delays. Continued delays on Route 22 William Penn Highway at the intersection with Route 819 in Salem Township, Westmoreland County. That intersection's closed until further notice as crews do investigation around an earlier fatal fatal accident there. Parkway East inbound. You're lining up at Edgewood Swissvale ahead of those Squirrel Hill tunnels, and the line of brake lights greets you on the Parkway West at the top of Green Tree Hill with AAA traffic. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com. Or call 800-488-1329. That's 800-488-1329.
Man, I've been through a cancer battle, and UPMC saved my life, and it's just the truth, and I rave about them. In a very, very difficult time historically in healthcare, in a very, very stressful time for patients, doctors, staff, everybody involved, it ain't easy. But my sister is going through pancreatic cancer treatment at UPMC Hillman. And every single day runs into very, very stressful situations. And every single day they handle it in an amazing way at UPMC. They handle it like no one else handles it. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information, lifetime of helping people. I love it.
All right, everybody, it's here. The March to Spring Training and Opening Day is officially upon us. Hey, I'm Rob Bradford from Baseball Isn't Boring, and we'll have you covered every single day with instant reactions to late-breaking signings, determining which players are, yes, truly in the best shape of their lives, and behind-the-scenes story from all the excitement and intrigue that spring training brings. Follow Baseball Isn't Boring in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
At California Psychics, we know that doubt can get in the way of your relationship. One moment you're enjoying a romantic date, the next you're thinking,
is this guy right for me? Could I spend my life with someone who has more hair on his feet than on his head?
Then you realize you've been thinking out loud.
Wait, come back,
Thankfully, California Psychics can clear away the dating doubt. Our accurate psychics are available 24/7 to give you all the guidance you need to make the right relationship choices. California Psychics is the psychic service more people trust. That's why we can guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 80% off their first reading. I can smell love in the air already. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Tracy from Boston asks, I recently sold my second home after owning it for 30 years and made a profit of nearly $200,000. My brief research indicates that I don't need to pay capital gains on this, but my accountant says I do. Do you know which is true? Bad news, Tracy. I think your accountant is right. Unless I'm missing something, because this was not your primary home, you would have to pay capital gains on the nearly $200,000. But I wouldn't stress over it either. You made a nice profit, and even after paying the tax bill, you're going to walk away with a chunk of money.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I told the DA he's a racist. I ain't support the DA.
Ryan, play that again, please, buddy, because you can't hear it over the music. Play it again. It's important. Thanks.
I told the DA he's a racist. I ain't support the DA.
How about that, Mr. Pratt? I had one of my boys call in. He's been involved in politics in the burg, Democratic politics, and I trust him with all the inside info. Jim, before we get into the Corey stuff, when you heard the Gainey stuff, your reaction, sir, as a guy who knows politics, does this help or hurt Ed?
Well, I've known Steve a long time, and I've never heard anything come out of his mouth that even resembled racist.
No.
I don't know what he's doing, but it seems to me that he seems to be trying to incite the African-American community to gel behind him.
Hold on.
That's the only thing
That's why I
that
love
makes
Jim.
sense.
He's coalescing his base. That's what he's doing, brother. Right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yep. And hold on. Can you grab Anthony and leave Jim on? But Ryan, grab Anthony too, because I love Anthony's insight. He knows this town so well, and he's known Gainey at least 20 years. Anthony, you there? Anthony.
I'm right here, Marty. I'm right here, Marty.
All right. When you heard it, your immediate response, sir.
Well, as I text you, it looks like he's talking to the black ward chairs and the black committee people to garner that endorsement. That endorsement, that's going to be his Waterloo. So he's fighting to get that endorsement. That's what he wants. But in the process, he's alienated the other wards who are predominantly white or Italian or Asian. So I mean, he's going to go down. This is really sad. But remember, I told you he was going to turn himself into Martin Luther King.
And hey, he ain't no Martin Luther King. Hey, Jim, to that point, this is a big weekend when they get the nominations, is it not, sir? The endorsements, I apologize. Is it not?
Yeah, it's more of just a thought process. It doesn't have the power that it did years ago.
I see.
But whoever wins it is going to use it as a tool, no doubt.
And one more thing to Anthony. Anthony, if you're sitting there with Ed and you go way back with him, what would you tell him this morning?
Get ready you got your pension from the state, you'll get one from the city, and you've alienated the private sector, so I don't know where you do. You probably just have to move out of town because he's going to go down.
And
I mean, it's well-deserved because to throw racism in it at Zapala, well, it was laughable. It's just sad.
Hold on. You know this town better than anyone I've ever known. Have you ever seen anything that indicates Zapala's a racist?
So the racism don't scare me. For the first time in the city,
there were some decisions made by police shootings back in the day that got the community all up in arms. But outside of that, that when you're the DA, those things happen. There's some white people who were angry with him too when he did. There were some things that happened to white folks who involved police that didn't happen. So that's the job, bro.
Thanks, brother.
All right, man.
Hey, Jim, before we let you go, you're kind of wavering on even whether you're going to vote at all. Why?
Well, let me say this. As you well know, I've been a moderate Democrat all my life.
Yep.
And Corey is just completely ignoring my base. You know, he's in his commercials, I'm progressive, I'm this and that. And what I'm hearing from my people is, why should we even get involved in this particular race? Because he's going to be no different with us than what's there now. So I'm hearing it more and more, and believe me, if the interest in the mayor's race is going down as far as people like me. There's nothing for us to gain here, Marty.
Jim, it's Rob. Let me just say one thing. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. We all evolve and turn into our parents, whether we want to or not. And believe me what I'm telling you,
Exactly.
Once Corey gets in there, you're going to start seeing his father return, even though, sadly, he's no longer here. Corey will morph into his dad. It's in his blood. Believe me, you're going to see more of what his dad was all about than what this progressive movement is about.
So hold on. So you're implying, because I've heard this, Jim, that these spots, these commercials, this I'm a progressive is a front.
I'm not saying it's a front, but
No, that's what
I
I'm
know
hearing.
what I know, especially after the comments about the Trump money. The Trump money, he sounded more like his father, and I knew his father as good, if not better than most.
Go ahead, Jim.
Well, let me say this about his father. When his father was in the state building, my office was there. Him and I used to have coffee every morning.
Whoa.
I worked on 3 of his campaigns and knew him intimately, and he is very, very different in his father and his political beliefs. And like I said, I know them well. I do believe he carries the same empathy that his dad did, but his dad would never sway this far to the left.
Well, let's just see what happens, because it looks as though this guy is going to be in the office of the mayor's office in Pittsburgh. Give me a year once he's in, and then you and I have this same conversation. We got to get to a break.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Jim. Good stuff. All right, news coming up next, and more of your calls on the other side. Fabulous Fish Fry Friday, Kuhn's Market, McKnight Road. Come out and enjoy.
Perfect place for mom.
Honored to win the Marconi Award as the best news talk station in the country. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hello, this is Lester Botkin with Botkin Family Wealth Management, where I work with my dad, Les, and sister, Sarah. I was out of town when I got the shocking news that a car accidentally crashed through our building into Dad's office, destroying his desk. Thankfully, Dad wasn't there and the driver wasn't hurt. When I reached Dad by phone, he was upbeat, saying, "Nobody's hurt and repairs start next week already." Dad went outside and changed our sign to read, "Now with drive-through service." He joked, "Hey, we could make a commercial about people being so excited to invest with us they're driving into our building." I think what I love most about my dad is his ability to stay calm and supportive. Years ago, I decided to leave college to join the Marine Corps. My family was a bit alarmed, except for Dad, who told me he was proud of me and that I would do great things. His positive attitude can be felt by all of us here at Botkin Family Wealth, and it's an asset in our work. We help our clients avoid making emotional investment decisions. Is there a hole in your financial plan like there's a hole in our building? We can help you fix it. Visit us at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. I love this. The 4-day sale at Levin Furniture and Mattress was too good to miss. So my friend Robert Levin and his team are extending this amazing sale. Get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times the sales tax discount. Plus, save up to 50% on new arrivals. Get 5 years special financing with no money down and the lowest guaranteed prices on Tempur-Pedic and Purple for life. Levin's extended 4-day sale happening now at all Levin Furniture and Mattress stores. Love it.
Happy birthday to us. 2 surprises for you. 2 surprises from NordVPN. 2 surprises for you.
Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN. We have a special birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. NordVPN is rated as excellent on PC Mag. Visit NordVPN.com and discover one of the most advanced VPNs in the world. What are the benefits? Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Receive alerts if your email address leaks to the dark web. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro tool. Encrypt your online traffic and browse with more peace of mind. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 40 and mostly sunny. At 11 o'clock, I'm Paul Rasmussen. A school van driver was killed and a teen behind the wheel of an SUV was injured in a collision with a tractor-trailer this morning in Westmoreland County. It happened after 7 a.m. in Salem Township when the school van and SUV were struck by a tractor-trailer at the intersection of routes 22 and 819. It appears the truck driver ran a red light. The unidentified woman driving the school van was working for DMJ Transportation. No students were aboard, and the 17-year-old driving the SUV was taken to a hospital in stable condition. A 41-year-old man being held in the Allegheny County Jail died early this morning Warden Trevor Wingard says the unidentified man was brought to the jail last night on charges of resisting arrest and prohibited acts and experienced a medical emergency waiting for his arraignment. Life-saving measures were unsuccessful, and there will now be an internal review of the death and a county police investigation. We expect to learn more about the assassination attempt at last July's Trump campaign rally after President Donald Trump said he plans to release the report on the incident at the Butler Farm Show grounds.
I want to find the answers. I've told them. In fact, today I said, I want to find. We can no longer blame Biden for that one. He should have released that a long time ago. So they are giving me a report next week sometime, and I do believe I'll be releasing. I want to release the report.
President Trump also said he'll release the report on the second assassination attempt in Florida. It's been a week of wild weather with swings of temperatures and every form of precipitation. National Weather Service meteorologist Matt Birdie told the Big K Morning Show next week we could finally see the start of spring.
If we can get through this weekend, it'll be chilly this weekend still, but into next week, we're definitely looking at 60s, at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it looks like at least the 1 month outlook, 2 month outlook is leaning a little bit above average on temps. So we may be pulling out a winter here slowly.
Some models have us reaching the lower 70s by midweek. SpaceX launched its Starship mega rocket on a test flight from Texas last night, but the spacecraft broke apart minutes after liftoff. Wreckage is seen on viral video streaking across the sky as far away as Florida. The FAA has ordered an investigation, and CBS space consultant Bill Harwood thinks the agency will wait for the results before okaying another launch.
Based on their track record, I'd be surprised if the Starship stayed grounded for more than a few months, but it's really hard to say with 2 failures in a row like this. The FAA is certainly going to be taking a close look.
The Starship also broke apart during its previous test launch in January. Employers added 151,000 jobs last month. Today's report from the Labor Department shows hiring was up from 125,000 in January, and the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.1%. On Wall Street, the Dow down 96 points at 42,483. The Nasdaq is down 99 points, and the S&P is down about 26 points. KDKA Sports, Pirates-Phillies this afternoon in Bradenton. Jared Jones starts for the Bucks. This game is on KDKA Radio at 1 p.m. And the Pens will play the Golden Knights tonight at Las Vegas. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:04. Learn how the Inflation Reduction Act will impact your Medicare plan. Contact Dina Schmidt at One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. It's 40, mostly sunny in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecaster next.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-597-7992. That's 800-597-7992. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-597-7992. That's 800-597-7992 today.
Asbestos-related deaths in Allegheny County are 50 to 100% higher than the national average. In a city defined by its history with steel making, many local area tradesmen and steel workers were exposed to asbestos on the job and are now suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma. If you have been diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma, you may be entitled to compensation even if you smoked. For a free consultation, contact the Pittsburgh-based law firm Goldberg, Persky & White at 1-800-COMPLEX or online at gpwlaw.com.
I'm Maureen. I'm 61 years old. I've lost 55 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. It's been an easy journey. It's really changed my mindset around food. I think Awaken 180 has worked for me better than any other program because I could stick to it. I didn't get hungry. On other programs, I felt like I was always starving. I never felt hungry. My energy is amazing. I can't believe how much more energy I have. And just even taking a walk, I can go so much faster because it's 50 pounds less that I'm carrying with me. I'm out of plus size clothes. That was one of my goals. Awaken 180 is my solution for weight loss.
Paul Alexander here, and thanks to Awaken 180, Maureen lost 55 pounds. The program is easy and the results are real. Do what we did and find your success with the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. We continue to have a couple of accidents in the way here as you travel out and about for the Friday morning, the Fish Friday morning commute. Accident in Lawrenceville on Butler Street at 62nd Street. Heads up for the crews who are working there. We are hearing reports that perhaps the intersection of Route 22 and Route 918 will reopen in Salem Township, Westmoreland County at about noon today. So about another hour, perhaps. Again, emphasis on reports. We'll certainly keep you posted. Earlier fatal accident there still has that entire intersection closed. You are asked to avoid the area, and we'll certainly bring you more details as soon as we have them here. Parkway East inbound, slow at Edgewood Swissvale, heading into downtown through the Squirrel Hill tunnels and approaching the Fort Pitt tunnels on the Parkway West. You're lining up on the front side of Green Tree Hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine will give way to increasing clouds the rest of today. We reach a high of 45, then tonight clouded with a bit of rain and wet snow, ending as some snow later tonight. There can be a slushy coating to an inch, mainly on grassy surfaces. The low tonight, 29. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The honor of a lifetime.
That's like Jaws.
Brat.
The giant Jaws fish. Friday. Come
Brat.
on. Boom, 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 boom.
I listen to you on Saturdays.
Thanks, man.
How the hell do you do it? And let me be honest. I couldn't deal with it.
I actually enjoy it.
But you're always so positive.
I love those shows. We're going to be at the home show next couple of days, next week. Listen, I'm just a meat and potato kind of guy, okay?
Not recently. What do you mean? Have you eaten anything?
You see where we're sitting? I eat lots of vegetables. I eat like a rabbit now. There's not a day that I don't enjoy some carrots and cauliflower from Kuhn's Market, fresh express salad. But listen, these fish sandwiches, the crowd's starting to build as we get towards noon. It will be
a scene.
I'll tell you how big it's going to be.
Yeah.
It would be like you trying to get a ticket for the Steelers in the big game on the 50-yard line going for the Lombardi Trophy. That's the kind of crowd we get here. And all these stores. There's something about Western Pennsylvania and fish on Fridays during the Lenten season. I don't know what it is, but it just goes hand in hand, man. And I'll put ours up against anyone.
I've had them. They're very fresh. They're big, too.
Massive.
Yeah, I don't need that. The thing about Pittsburgh that's annoying, you go to these restaurants and you got 95-year-old people over a plate of spaghetti that has 6 pounds of spaghetti on it, and they feel like they got screwed unless they leave with a grocery bag full of crap pasta. I'm more like, give me a small portion that I enjoy and let me go home.
Well, that's because you're getting like older, like a fine wine. You're getting better with age.
These old people won't leave without leftovers. They get attitude. They'll bring one breadcrumb home. Crouton.
Listen, at least it's better having Tupperware. I'm old enough to remember wax paper?
Yes.
Mashed potatoes and wax paper to go. You know, you'd head home and unwrap that thing.
But their sandwiches here are really good.
I'm telling you right now, with our CEO and what's happening with Jody and Frank, we are taking a step into the next generation. We've got some really incredible things coming. Actually working on a new thing that's going to be called In the Grocery Bag. Going to be a little podcast in which we're going to be bringing some of the legendary names of this city to a strategically placed studio that I'll tell you about later.
Like in a freezer.
No.
Where you have us today.
No.
So Brad acts like he's
listen, 20 years ago they wanted to put me in a freezer, but
Brad
I'm good
acts
now.
like he's Mr. Coons. I love the family. They
I
love
do.
me. Why the hell do you have us beside some kind of? It's 40 degrees in here.
That's the grocery business.
I have my winter. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
That's the grocery
I have
business.
my winter coat and hat on.
Listen.
It's warmer outside than where you put us in this store.
It's what the grocery business is all about. You got to keep things fresh. You got to keep people moving. You got to keep a smile on their face. You wouldn't want wilted product.
Rigor mortis is setting in.
I can handle that too. But I'm telling you right now, there's nothing like a little Holushki mac and cheese to warm your belly on a March day with a delicious, fabulous fish fry haddock sandwich. Haddock, remind everyone, haddock, that's what we do. And those Pittsburgh breadwork hoagie buns, they're incredible. I love them. All right.
Your mind is so tuned into certain.
I love everything about it. Everything about it.
Like I've seen you in here doing a video holding up a French's mustard.
Well, I'm a Heinz man, but you got to take care of the entire family now. Listen.
You'll hold up a bag of potato chips.
But let me tell you something that's happened locally that you don't know about, and you should.
Yeah.
There's a company called Bellevue that Mr. Fawcett used to do business with Joe Dentisi, and now with Jody and Frank still do it. They're a local company.
Yeah.
They do some of the most incredible products you could ever imagine.
Nice.
They've got this jalapeno mustard out now.
Ooh.
That's crushing it.
How you doing?
Listen, if I would get you a bag of Snyder of Hanover pretzels and a jug of that, jalapeno.
See what he does?
Listen, Brian gets it. Corey, he's from
he
Philly.
doesn't.
He knows a good cheesesteak when he sees one. And by the way, Philly today taking on the Pirates 1 o'clock after we're done today. But listen, if I would get you a bag of Snyder of Hanover pretzels and some of that jalapeno Bellevue mustard, you would be knocking on my door at 2 in the morning saying, I got to have more. I got to have more.
No, I'd say it burned going in, it burned coming out.
Listen, you got to grow up, man.
What
do you eat now? What do you eat now? You eat like a bird. You're nibbling on a protein bar. What do you do now? You don't eat a lot now,
I ate
do you?
protein shakes in the morning. I ate the protein bar for lunch.
Are you in the best shape of your life?
Yes.
I can tell.
I work out probably 3.5 hours a day.
But can't do nothing for the skin, though. No matter how hard we work out, my earlobes are like touching my shoulders now. What's up with that?
I'm flaking now. All the skin just comes off.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I use it as like Parmesan for spaghetti.
And then this thing under our neck. You don't want to be around the Kuhn's Market at Thanksgiving. We look like a turkey.
I keep changing there.
Really?
Yeah.
At least we still have our hair. How about what my son told me? I said, I'm losing my hair. He said, how old are you? I said, I'm 67. He said, you had a good run. And it's true.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, you are. One thing about you, you always have had confidence, especially what you did for a living.
Well,
if you didn't have confidence, you wouldn't have been around very long.
But here's the thing, man. You get to be 65. You got enough hair. Your parts work. You know what I'm saying, Rob? Parts work. Things work.
Last time I checked.
I'm just saying.
All systems go.
And you have your family and you have a steady income and you love your life. I'm cool with all that.
I'll never forget what my daughter just told me yesterday. And your name? No. Yeah, I don't see them anymore. They're grown up. That's why no matter what they put you through.
Why would your kids want to be around you and hear this crap?
It's hanging around with you is what made me this way. You're the reason I'm like, look at that gentleman. He's got 2 big giant fish sandwiches. He's happy as all get out. He just want to get around you. All right, we got to do some traffic here.
Him.
You going to do this or am I going to do it?
Go ahead, man.
11:15. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, brought to you by Power of Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Here is Ellen Gamble. Gentlemen, how are you?
Gentlemen.
Jeez, guys.
Right here. These guys got their fish sandwiches.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
What do they cost, guys? Because Rob didn't know. What do the fish cost? Rob didn't know. Nice.
You work for the
All
Department
right,
of
guys,
Public
as we
Works,
take a
right?
look at the traffic out there, a couple of places where you do find a lot of delays. Surprisingly, the Parkway West, it has eased off for a while, and now it's back to its usual shenanigans. Right around the top of Green Tree Hill is where you'll get in line, heading for those Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East inbound, a little bit slow right around Edgewood, Swissvale. We continue to have crews clearing an accident in Lawrenceville, on Butler Street at 62nd Street. And in Westmoreland County, Salem Township specifically, Route 22 at 819 remains closed because of an earlier accident. You're asked to avoid that area. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
When you buy appliances, they break. It's just the truth. Check this out. Voss TV and Appliance. They have their own crews, their own folks, techs that fix this stuff, and they're magnificent. Here's the other thing about Voss. Our dishwasher broke. They got a new dishwasher in our house within a week and a half. In this marketplace, in crazy weather, during crazy times. Voss TV and Appliance, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
Breakthrough T1D, formerly JDRF, announces the 33rd Annual Promise Gala in support of the local Type 1 Diabetes T1D community. The annual event is happening Saturday, April 26th at the Westin downtown. The Promise Gala will offer an exciting night of entertainment and fundraising supporting T1D research. This year's gala will honor Jim Rooney on behalf of the Rooney family. For tickets and more, visit the event page at kdkaradio.com.
Well, folks, the big one is back. The Spring Weiner Wellness Week, March 7th and 8th. There will be expert health and wellness workshops from 9 to 1 on Friday and Saturday. A delicious, healthy lunch will be provided from 11 to 2. And, of course, lots of samples, deep discounts on your favorite supplements, and a few surprises. All this in person only, March 7th and 8th at the World of Wellness, 2419 Baldwick Road in the heart of Pittsburgh. That's 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh.
Collins Dunlap for Window Nation. Winters, they're long here. Listen, if that winter weather is coming through your windows, you need Window Nation. Energy-efficient windows going to keep your home comfortable. Right now, 2 windows free for every 2 that you buy, plus 0 down, no payments or interest for 2 full years. Hurry, the offer ends soon, so schedule that fast free estimate right now. 866-90-NATION, that's 866-90-NATION, or windownation.com. Window Nation, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Receive a pair of Penguins tickets with the purchase of a house of windows.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontiers show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
Like it or not, it's tax time again. Imagine if you got to choose to pay only 25% instead of 40%. You choose 25% every time, right? We don't get that choice with taxes, but you do if you get injured. You can choose to pay another law firm 40%, or you can choose Shenderovich, and Fishman with a fee of only 25%. The attorneys whose names are on the door involved in your case, and a 99.7% success rate over 25 years. Plus, never a fee unless they win. If you've been injured, call 1-888-98-TWINS or go to 98twins.com. They got your back, not your wallet.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural hair products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Don't forget, back at it bright and early tomorrow morning, 5 a.m.
What time do you start?
5 a.m.
What's the first show?
I start at 5. My first show is at 7, and that'll be at the convention center.
Oh,
the
nice.
Home show. Yeah.
Well, people love the home show.
I do, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Starts today, and we'll be there all weekend and all next week. Colleagues and me, KDK, so really excited about it.
How long have you been at this?
The home show? Or this radio show?
Katie.
Spring of 84, on the books, spring of 85.
Huh.
I know.
That's a while.
I know.
God bless you.
I know. But, I'm as fresh as the produce because I'm always in the cold.
Oh, man, you kick ass.
Listen.
I tell everyone the same thing. You're amazing. I couldn't do one weekend of what you do. How many hours do you do in a weekend?
20.
20. No exaggeration. What time do you get up? So tomorrow you
2:30.
2:30.
Yep.
So you get up at 2:30.
Right.
You get to the office at what time?
4.
4. Then what time do you get home?
About 2 or 3.
In the afternoon.
Right.
Do you nap?
I used to.
Yeah.
I need to do more of that.
When do you start drinking?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock at night.
Joe Dentisi gave me a little bit of a secret.
Yeah.
Because I could never sleep when I had to get up early in the morning because I was always anticipating, sleeping through the alarm. That's a fear thing you have, especially when you live alone, and I'm alone. So I get a little.
Shocking.
I have a little shot of
Shocking.
anisette, little shot of anisette or vodka, just boom, like
Little
that.
shot.
That's it. Or Crown Royal, Jameson, and then I kind of go to sleep. And then I get up and do my spiel, get on the treadmill and rock and roll. Listen, back in the day, it was 2 hours of sleep a night. There were some nights I was setting the alarm for 15 minutes, brother. When I had 5 TV shows, doing play-by-play, working morning, noon, and night here. I did that for decades.
No, I know.
So now I got it pretty good. But you know what? We love this business. This business is our life. Look, I'm watching you work this phone with your man Patrick here. It's like watching a ballet. It's constant
It's
motion.
not like ballet, man.
Yes, it is.
It's like
helter-skelter.
Yeah.
So my phone's blowing up now, and people are disagreeing with me.
Regarding what?
They're saying that Corey is all progressive. See, I don't see that.
What do you mean? What do you see?
I don't. I see a younger version of his dad.
Do you read his campaign
Well,
stuff?
listen, don't you think that maybe
Do you read his posts?
maybe we need to start listening a little bit more?
I listen all the time.
And kind of mix in a little bit of everything when it
No,
comes
I
to a
know
recipe?
exactly what he is.
Then what is he?
He's far left. He's a socialist Democrat.
So you're telling me you don't think he's going to be any better than Ed Gaines?
I didn't say that. You didn't ask me
That's
that.
what you're almost telling me.
No, I didn't say that. Here's how he'll be better.
Secured millions
Okay,
in
tell me.
funding for early childhood education.
He'll allow the developers to actually build this thing.
Which we have to.
Right. He'll actually allow adults to build and make money.
more
this time.
affordable
He'll
and
do that.
stand up to the
Here's what else
chaos in
he'll do.
Washington to protect
He'll
Pittsburgh.
sit down with the
I'll
big
be the
5
progressive mayor
nonprofits,
who gets the
UPMC,
job done.
Highmark, all of them,
Who passed
Carnegie Mellon,
Pittsburgh's
Pitt,
paid sick
and he'll cut a
days
deal
law?
with them. And they'll write a check for $10 to $15 million a year to the city. He'll do that.
See, I don't think that should. They shouldn't be doing that because
What?
those people get paychecks that work for those companies and they pay enough taxes.
No. They need
You
to-
got to go get corporate
Hold on.
America and you got to start building things
Maybe
with
so.
manufacturing.
Maybe so,
Not going after hospitals
Yeah,
that
but
do a whole
may-
lot to sponsor
maybe so.
and create and add.
Maybe so, but
And
I-
all the building trade jobs that go to these hospitals.
Maybe so, but I know all the players at UPMC, and they're very willing to step up right now.
They want to do it.
Please, tomorrow, without Ed Gainey. And I'm going to tell you why. It's just business. He won't speak to them, and he misrepresents himself, and he has spent his entire time as mayor trying to get a union in there that employees don't want. It's a load of crap. And what he tried to do was ruin them. And he created this animus. And regarding the builders, my boys at Walnut Capital, these guys have put hundreds.
They got that new AI thing going.
They're
man.
unbelievable. Bakery Square. You got to go over there. Patrick, it's amazing.
Bakery Square,
It's
really?
amazing. Your jaw drops. My boys over there signed this big company called Hellbender,
I saw that.
which one of my VC friends funded, creating hundreds of jobs here. In the
One of your DC friends started
VC,
that.
venture capital.
Wow.
Yep.
They're a major player.
Yeah. My point is that everybody's moving forward except Ed. He goes to none of the meetings. He goes to none of the meetings. And half the time he's not invited. So the notion.
But don't you see Corey as the great mediator, though?
I don't know what great.
But he looks the part. He can communicate. He's willing to meet. I'm not saying Ed isn't, but how can you say that he's so progressive that he won't? We're going to have more of the same.
You're not listening to me. I told you exactly what he's going to do.
Well, then what's so wrong with that then?
He's not a conservative. Corey,
No, well, no.
And you're using
He's
the
an
word-
old school Democrat.
And you're using the word great. I don't see that.
Give it some time.
Hey, I'm cool.
You'll be buying me a fish sandwich here this time next year. I'm telling you. You watch. I had him on the other night when this whole thing about Trump money came on. It was like
who?
Corey.
Yeah.
It was like the light switch went off, and it was like his dad was talking to me. I heard the fire in his voice.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Ryan, I want Rob to hear the Nancy Cordes piece regarding his boy Trump. Listen to this piece.
Okay.
This is what Trump has learned. I'm hoping he evolves. CBS piece from this morning, Mr. Pratt.
It appears that President Trump took a step yesterday to rein in Elon Musk's power. And I say it appears because we'll have to see if he follows through on what he said. But yesterday, the president called a meeting with Musk and most of his cabinet where he told the agency leaders they are the ones who call the shots when it comes to job cuts, and that Musk is only there to make recommendations. Now, that's not how it has worked up until now. Cabinet members have sometimes found themselves overruled by Musk and members of his Doge operation when it comes to cutting personnel and programs. Musk has even bragged about taking a chainsaw to bureaucracy. Now Trump says it's important to keep the best and most productive people, and that it may be best to use a scalpel rather than a hatchet. So far, the hatchet approach has led to an estimated 62,000 workers losing their jobs. Musk met Wednesday with Republican lawmakers who have been getting a lot
That's enough.
of
Thanks, Ryan. My brother, this is what we got to see. So for people who hate Trump, I say they're wrong. He's learning. So they go in.
This was to bring people to the table.
They screw it up. They did. They just cut the head off and said, oh, man, maybe we should have kept the head. Maybe we should try and do this. He's not saying, screw you, we're doing it my way. He's saying, okay, let's shift this bad boy a little bit. And Patrick's telling me we're standing by for a major Trump announcement, so maybe sanctions against Russia. Because we're kind of, they haven't said anything.
Why would he do that after he just kind of took, what's his name, Zelensky to the woodshed?
Come on, man. Monday goes to Tuesday with Trump.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The guy farts and changes his mind.
He's bringing people to the table. It's the shock and awe. That's what he's been doing with all this stuff with Trudeau, with Mexico, with China.
Yeah, but he puts a tariff in on Monday and pulls it back on Tuesday.
Yeah, because you know why?
Because
automakers.
He's an idiot sometimes, and it screws up. Yeah, but why?
You don't think he did that intentionally,
Why
Marty?
punish the other companies and let the automakers slide? It's bull crap, Pratt.
He'll let the other companies slide, too, before it's over. You think he's actually going to take money out of the Veterans Administration?
What you end up with is a market that lost $3 trillion in 4 days. $3 trillion. And folks are thinking, I'm screwed.
And then he's going to make it rally, and then the Bulls and Bears are going to be obligated to him.
He hopes.
You'll see.
But we're standing by for that, and I love having this conversation with Rob because he's my man, and he's seeing the same things that I'm seeing. We'll be right back, folks.
Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN's birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. Visit NordVPN and discover the benefits. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Encrypt your online traffic. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Magnificent March savings at Kuhn's Market.
Fresh salmon fillets, $8.88 a pound. Tender spring asparagus, $1.77 a pound. And Mrs. T pierogies, 12 to 16 ounce packages, $1.88 each. Come see us at Kuhn's.
At Ashley, we're celebrating 80 years of innovation, style, and value with special offerings on stunning pieces. Get our top designer styles and pay over time with 80-month special financing on in-store purchases made with your Ashley Advantage Synchrony credit card. Don't miss the Ashley 80th anniversary sale going on now, only at Ashley. Shop in-store and online. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store associate for details. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
40 with partly cloudy skies. At 11:30, I'm Paul Rasmussen. For the second time in as many years, an initiative asking voters if the city should stop doing business with any company that has ties to Israel will not be on the ballot. The Beacon Coalition says the group known as Not on Our Dime failed to meet the number of valid signatures to get the measure on the ballot. The coalition says not only were there duplicate signatures, but there were at least 6,000 from non-city residents. Critics say the measure would cripple the city and could possibly be interpreted to stop police from responding to an emergency call at a synagogue. Now, the Beacon Coalition also points a finger at Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey for failing to instruct the city solicitor to challenge the referendum, saying a lack of action empowers extremists. Final preparations are underway in Springdale for a demolition do-over. Bringing down the rest of the boiler house at the former Cheswick power plant is scheduled for Saturday. The demolition will happen tomorrow between 9 and 11 a.m. Police say there is no reason to evacuate. However, residents are being asked to shelter in place during the demolition and for 30 minutes after that. This weekend, the thaw will transform Market Square for a final celebration of winter. Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership President and CEO Jeremy Waldrop says it'll be a celebration of community, music, and the changing of the seasons.
It's family-friendly activities, ice sculptures, live carvings you can see there. We're going to have an 18-foot ice luge for kids. So just trying to celebrate the magic of winter this one last weekend.
The new 3-weekend festival will kick off tomorrow. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 294 points at 42,286. The NASDAQ down 190 points, and the S&P is down 50 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Suddenly it's spring. Discover everything for your home at the 43rd Annual Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show, March 7 through 16, Convention Center downtown. Shop the region's most trusted marketplace. See what's new at over 1,200 exhibits with everything for your home. Ask the experts. Discover the farm-to-table lifestyle. Philips Heating and Air Conditioning knows a comfortable home is more important than ever. Does your home have rooms that are too hot or too cold? With a multi-zone solution from Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning, you can keep every room at just the right temperature. Philips Heating and Air Conditioning is your local Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning diamond contractor and can help you with all your HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs. Visit phillipsheating.com, call 412-431-6563, or visit booth 2216 at the Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show. Don't miss the largest home event in America with acres of products and services in one place at one time. The Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show, March 7 through 16, Convention Center, downtown.
Have you heard about Gunny's Ridge? Oh, you're about to. Gunny's Ridge is a safe haven, a healing place, a learning place. It's for veterans with long-term PTSD. You know, there are thousands right here that need help, and they need it right now. It's a 100-acre farm, rec center, learning space, amazing space. Wait till you see the plans. There's a lodge and a barn. There'll be one-on-one activities, family activities. We can make this dream come true. We can do it together. Check it out at gunnysridge.org, gunnysridge.org. Amazing.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. One question I'm always asked is, how did you become the largest injury firm in the world with over 1,000 attorneys and $25 billion in verdicts and settlements? One way was our financial strength. Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. To prosecute a typical case costs up to $250,000 in case cost. We advance them all. Product liability cases can have similar costs with an army of lawyers on the other side. Automobile insurance companies have the resources to fight. Guess what? So do we. Many law firms simply may not have the financial firepower to work up your case the way you deserve. And we don't charge by the hour. No recovery, no fee. If you have a question about your case or wish to become a client, go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer. 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. It works.
All right, it is 11:35, and from the PJ Fitzpatrick Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, brought to you by the Power of Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Here's Ellen Gamble. Ellen?
All right, thanks, Rob. We're getting reports of an accident. This on State Route 28 southbound at the ramp to 279 southbound. We are seeing some delays that are on the build for you as you pass the 31st Street Bridge and head down toward that exit ramp. So do watch out for that and plan ahead around that delay. In Salem Township, Westmoreland County, we continue to have Route 22 William Penn Highway closed in both directions at Route 819 because of an earlier fatal accident. You're being asked by PennDOT and the authorities to please avoid that area. We'll certainly let you know as soon as we have word of a timetable for that intersection to reopen. Parkway West inbound, still some traffic delays for you there, backing at the top of Greentree Hill ahead of those Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine will give way to increasing clouds the rest of today. The high 45 tonight will be cloudy with a bit of wet snow and rain early, becoming all snow before ending late. There can be a slushy coating to an inch around the area. Watch for slick spots, the low 29. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
One of the coolest people I've ever known. He's a legendary figure in this town, especially in Beaver County. Do you ever talk about Beaver County?
Funny you should mention
There
Beaver County.
could be an earthquake in Nicaragua. You say, well, I was walking down the street in Beaver County once. I stepped on a crack and I felt the earth move.
When was the last time you were at Beaver County, other than having my house under surveillance?
It's a really nice town, man.
Listen, I love Beaver County, man.
No kidding.
I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. And we
Shocking.
got a Kuhn's in Hopewell, so I can get a fish sandwich there.
Oh, my God.
It's all good, man.
All right.
Go ahead.
So I've got one of my boys on. I want to talk about something that happened. We did an hour on this yesterday. Brookline Boulevard, club called Insomnia. Illegal immigrants, massive fight. One guy beat a guy to death with a tequila bottle, right, Patrick? Huge brawl, all caught on tape. Pittsburgh cops arrest him. Again, illegal, and was in this country illegally and had criminal offenses, so they're out there looking for him. Pittsburgh police made the arrest. Pittsburgh. For this notion that the Pittsburgh cops don't care, that's bullcrap.
They care.
Now maybe Gainey doesn't care. Maybe Gainey said I'm not going to help ICE. Pittsburgh cops, they do their damn job. They don't care what Ed Gainey said in that respect. What's fascinating about ICE here, and one of my boys, Mad Max, has inside info and knows a lot of those folks very, very well, and Max joins us. Number one, Max, this is kind of a whole new, vibe for them. They are busier than they've ever been in terms of ICE in this region, are they not, Max? Max, you there? Must have lost Max.
Max is not there. Hopefully we'll get him back.
He'll call us back. Max. So what I wanted to talk about with Max was that at the end of the day, what happens is that they repatriate these guys.
Right.
And they bring them back to their country. I asked Max.
Without standing charge for what they
put them on a plane.
Right away.
Let me read you these notes. This is from yesterday. We were trying to hook up with an
And
ICE.
then, they come back into this country then, too.
So look at this. They were trying to, I was trying to get them on the air yesterday. They were in Africa and Morocco. They take these illegals and they fly them back to their country and they personally repatriate them, as we like to put it. It's amazing.
Another opportunity.
And
the gift that keeps on giving.
And there's this narrative out there that we don't have illegals. We don't have a lot. And you know this.
We got Max.
Okay, Max. Max joining us. Thanks for calling back in, Max. ICE in this region busier than they've been in a decade. Is that fair?
Yeah, my buddy's going gangbusters. He's averaging, 15 to 20 hours of overtime every 2 weeks. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. He said 50 to 60 hours of overtime every 2 weeks.
Hey, Max. And I was unaware of this until you informed me, and I find it illuminating. So they grab these bad actors, the murder suspect arrested in Brookline, and then they repatriate them. And I didn't know this, Max. They physically bring them back to where they came from? Is that true? What happens?
That's correct. So they don't just give them a plane ticket and stick them on a plane. They need to make sure they get on the plane and they go to their destination, and then the authorities in the other country are there to receive that person. So my friend travels all over the world repatriating people that shouldn't be here to other countries. Istanbul, Morocco, other countries in Africa, Nigeria. It's like, where in the world is my buddy? You know, it's like, where's Waldo this week? It's quite interesting.
The other fascinating thing for me is what you just said. You named these countries. Everybody thinks they're all from Mexico. That's not true, is it?
No. So, and you know, it is interesting. So you have these people that are coming in through the southern border from other countries because they know they can get in through Mexico. So you have Chinese nationals coming in. You have Middle Eastern people coming in. So it's not all Latinos and people from Guatemala and, you know, all these other countries south of the border. They're actually coming over, and with the aid of the cartels, they're able to, you know, get ferried across the border and through illegal ports of entry.
So Max, it's Rob. Let me ask you a question. So there's money exchange in hands here, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, somebody's getting paid somewhere.
You mean, sure. So, you know, you've probably heard the term coyotes. So they have these people that are ferrying them through, you know, the desert areas.
Oh.
And, you know, there's food stations and water stations set up where these people can stop and refuel. You know, and then you've heard the stories about women being raped along the way. It's not a good situation. You know, if they came in legally, you wouldn't have these people being abused and children, you know, dying of thirst and starvation out on these remote wilderness areas where they're trying to sneak into the country.
I see. Hey, Max, for those who are kind of naive to this, these aren't folks stealing candy from a get-go, are they, sir? This isn't petty theft stuff. These are major players, right? Serious criminals.
Yeah. Some of them are gang members. Other people are just, you know, petty criminals that, you know, maybe are leaving their country to come here to do the same kind of stuff. But, yeah, these aren't people coming here to pick your fruit and, you know, work in your local taco stand or, you know, a roofing place or something like that. These are bad people.
But I think
and,
also,
you know,
Max,
the news talks about it all the time.
But I think, too, Max, people need to know this. Pittsburgh isn't a haven for illegals. Come on, man. I check with the jail folks, with the feds, with the U.S. Marshals. The numbers we see here are small compared to the New Yorks, California, Texas, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? Florida, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's as bad as those places, but I will tell you, 2 streets, or not even two houses away from me, every night at 10 o'clock, 2 white vans pull up and drop off like 20 guys.
Wow.
And I've reported it to the local police, and they won't do anything about it. And I asked, well, what's the local ordinance about how many people are allowed to live under one roof? Because there are laws regarding.
Are you sure it's not a fraternity, Max? Could that be a fraternity house, Max?
I don't think so, Marty.
All right.
My man, we love you, Max. Thanks for telling us.
Good
Appreciate
stuff.
you, brother. You're my man.
Here's the thing as we go to break. Why can't they do it like Ellis Island? Why can't, and we had no technology then, why can't we do this thing legally? As much as we're spending
We're trying.
I mean, that's the proper thing to do. Because obviously a lot of them that do come here are looking for work.
Yes, sir.
All right, 11:45. One more traffic. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Traffic Center, AAA Traffic brought to you by Power of Bowser and Genesis in Monroeville. One more time today. Here she is, Ellen Gamble. Ellen?
All right, thanks, gentlemen. So here's the deal. We have eyes on this accident on southbound 28. It is as you try to exit to the ramp to I-279 southbound. Police are on the scene. Vehicles are mostly on the shoulder, but that's a tight squeeze in that area with all of the ramps and 28 traffic. So it's very slow getting by and quickly backing between the 40th and 31st Street bridges as you travel there. Coming inbound toward town on the Parkway West, you are stacking at the top of Green Tree Hill. Parkway East inbound is slow at times between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Still no word on when Route 22 will reopen in Salem Township, Westmoreland County. It is closed at the intersection with Route 19 because of an earlier fatal accident. You want to stay tuned to News Radio 1020 KDKA to hear when that roadway will reopen. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Larry Richard for PGT Trucking. This is a local company that offers dedicated solutions to help your business succeed. PGT Dedicated is a customized transportation solution whether you need 1 truck or 100 trucks. With PGT Dedicated Solutions, you have guaranteed capacity without the stress of running your own trucking operation. PGT Dedicated Solutions. Service, safety, success. Call 1-800-TEAM-PGT. That's 1-800-TEAM-PGT.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Check this out. My man, JK. He owns Hofstadt's in Oakmont. They have a drive-by fish fry. You pull up to the curb in front of Hofstadt's, which is right there in the heart of Oakmont on Allegheny Avenue. You get your ash, then bring your cash to the drive-by fish fry. Get it? Hofstadt's. Great restaurant. Great food. Great service. Bring your ash, then bring your cash to the drive-by fish fry. Hofstadt's. Unbelievable.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-431-2715. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural hair products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. I love this. The 4-day sale at Levin Furniture and Mattress was too good to miss. So my friend Robert Levin and his team are extending this amazing sale. Get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times the sales tax discount. Plus, save up to 50% on new arrivals. Get 5 years special financing with no money down and the lowest guaranteed prices on Tempur-Pedic and Purple for Life. Levin's extended 4-day sale happening now at all Levin Furniture and Mattress stores. Love it.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So, let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Is that a new Samsung Galaxy A15 5G?
Yeah, I got it for free when I joined Cricket Nation.
Sounds pretty great.
At Cricket, anyone can get a new phone when they switch.
Whoa.
With a high-quality camera, meaning more flattering selfies for all. And super fast 5G, so you can post them for all to see. Your friends, your family, your ex. Free phone! Free phone!
Okay, I'll switch.
Welcome to Cricket Nation.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? If you get busy or miss your favorite show, don't worry. With Rewind, available exclusively on the free Odyssey app, you can stream your favorite shows on demand. You know your day is better with us. Get the news that matters to you from the local voices you trust, no matter what you're up to. Give it a try. To get started, download the free Odyssey app and search for your station. That's AUDACY.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Arnold Palmer Regional Airport is getting a third flight from Spirit Airlines as the Westmoreland County Airport gains momentum from the ultra-low-cost carrier. Spirit will be adding twice-weekly service to and from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, beginning May 8th. The flights weren't in the airline scheduling system yet, but were likely to be by the end of the day, said Westmoreland County Airport Authority Director Gabe Monzo. The Fort Lauderdale service will be the third city for the Unity Township Airport, which has, for more than a dozen years, been a mainstay for Spirit. Also, a big UPMC Hillman Cancer Center expansion at UPMC Horizon has been completed. UPMC Hillman Cancer Center has been a part of UPMC Horizon Shenango Valley and Farrell for more than a dozen years, providing cancer care close to home. But the demand has steadily increased with 460 new patients and 8,000 radiation oncology treatments in 2024 alone, and a similar amount in 2023. UPMC announced in February 2024 a $9.6 million investment at the Hillman Center at the hospital to put in a new linear accelerator, which is used to target X-rays more accurately to cancer patients' tumors. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I'm here with the Pratt. The Pratt.
1 o'clock Pirate baseball today.
Hey, tell folks about, because this is kind of a phenomenon has changed so many lives, and I'm seeing it sitting right beside me. How much weight have you lost? 70?
100.
What?
Yeah, well, I said I was 312.
And what are you now?
About 193, 95, depending on the day, or a fish sandwich or two.
Now, do you have any appetite?
Yeah, but I have learned to portion size. That's one of the things that it's really helped me with. Listen, I've always did the yo-yo thing.
Yeah. But what I want to get to, and this is why I like that you've talked about this, because it's important.
But what's amazing is, and it's the last chance I have, all the kind of skin went back in the right place, which is a miracle.
So there's been a lot of talk in America. In fact, Patrick and his wife, for health reasons, have used it. I have so many friends I can't count who use Ozempic. What's the other one, Patrick? Wegovy. Manjaro. Do you recommend it? What's it feel like? All this stuff.
Life-changing.
Really?
And let me just tell you, George I., who's an incredible gastro surgeon, obviously, who does that thing at AHN and Highmark, has been on the air with us many times on Medical Frontiers.
Gastric bypass.
Right.
Yeah.
And he and I were talking a while back, and he said it could be a game changer if it's used the right way. It's not for everybody.
No.
But I just needed something. Look, I'm a type A personality.
Yeah, of course.
And during the pandemic, which I for 20 years was always able to maintain.
Of course.
20 or 30 pounds either way.
Yeah.
I went off the deep end. I just started eating everything in sight.
I see.
Gained all that weight.
Pretty common.
I needed something to curb the appetite. I'm good now.
No, good point.
But I did it because of an incredible doctor who helped me take that leap of faith.
Probably saved your life.
There's no doubt.
Right?
And honestly, I know physiologically I can't be because of my age, but I truly am in the best shape I've been in at least 20 years.
So
mentally, emotionally, physically, everything.
What I find phenomenal, because I've talked to a bunch of folks, young and old, that have used it. Oh, my goodness.
The boss is here.
Oh, jeez.
The fighting Comanches of the north side.
Once he knows there's no free fish, he's gone.
No, he isn't. I'll buy him a fish. But anyway, finish your thought.
So,
Mr. Comanche, good to see you.
There's ambivalence about using it and a certain amount of fear. I've been told by a bunch of folks that use it that you have, but it's kind of bizarre, you have zero appetite. None.
No, that's not true.
Really?
No, it helps with portion control.
Really?
In other words, if there's 3 chicken breasts, you're eating 1.
Huh.
Uh-huh. It basically makes your stomach shrink without actually shrinking your stomach.
Can I be honest? People thought, they were shocked when they saw you. They thought you were sick.
I'm not. I feel
great.
Because
you lost so much weight.
Well, I had to.
Yeah.
It was either that, 2 to 4, 7 to 9 Master Christian burial.
There's some people that could stand to be on it and just,
Stop it. Stop it. I love that man.
Who?
Listen, you'd have to get me. Listen, I'd have to be on my deathbed not to report to work for this guy.
Who?
Mr. Comanche.
That's not the point here. We love him. He's famous.
You and him are cut from the same cloth. He went to North Catholic. You went to Central Catholic.
No, that's not the same cloth. Silk versus hemp.
In my lifetime, we do all this great high school stuff. In my lifetime, I want to be in the booth when they're organizing at Highmark Stadium, Central Catholic and North Catholic in a football game.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Why not? You don't think these kids from North Catholic can compete? They got courage. They got guts.
Are they single A or are they not even A yet? They're below A now.
Hey, you got Duquesne playing Pitt, don't you? Anything's possible. Come on. It's a football game.
So back to you. It has been called.
You're the first person who's made me admit this.
Is that true?
Yes.
I apologize. Did I do something inappropriate?
No.
Oh,
I would tell you if you didn't.
Because you're very honest about this. I think it's important. So what do you tell people? Because it's a big hurdle to cross for people who are obese and afraid to try it. What do you tell them?
It's a matter of life and death.
Nice.
End of story. And if it doesn't work for you, are you any worse off? But what happens if it does? But you obviously have to be under the care of a good doctor.
No, that's so important.
And you got to pay attention to what you're doing. And I also know.
You lost 100 pounds.
Well, it's been almost 3 years now.
Okay.
It'll be 3 years in November, so like 2.5.
That's amazing.
And here's what I do. I used to work out really hard.
Oh, we saw you
Insane.
in that stupid bag.
Listen.
In the middle of the night.
That bag. You ever see the movie Castaway and
of course.
The bowling ball?
Of course.
Wilson. That's been my Wilson.
Do you talk to it?
Every night. Good night, Everlast.
Have you been intimate with that bag?
No, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but it's early. Listen, I'm telling you, treadmill half hour a day.
Nice.
Lift a little bit of weights.
Yeah.
And I eat healthy. Lots of chicken, lots of fish, lots of vegetables. And it's worked for me.
What about some people can't afford it, though? The cost is...
Well, here's the thing.
Is it $1,500 a month for some people, Patrick, or $1,200?
People up to $1,200.
But if you're a doctor and you're borderline diabetic,
yeah.
The insurance companies will work with you because it's better to take care of you now as opposed to having you as a diabetic needing this the rest of your life.
But you struggle with fighting these dogs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so my wife was on, Zepbound. That's what they put her on.
Yeah.
Originally, she was on Ozempic, but when they started doing the crackdowns for people that aren't diabetic, so they pulled her off of that. Insurance said, we're not paying for that anymore. So the alternative was the Zepbound, which was...
Whoa.
I believe it was initially like $750 a month. And now
That's
now
changing.
it's under $500.
No, I think it's a miracle drug.
Well, you know why it's changing? Because these big pharma are realizing they can actually turn it into a business. And you're now going to have it mainstreamed, and it's going to be easier. And insurance companies are all about preventative, and they're going to meet each other in the middle of the road. And listen, now that you got Walgreens being bought out by a private equity company for $10 billion, bottom line has to get better. And this will make it better. It's
We'll
a good
see.
deal for both sides, the consumer and business.
Well, I
It
love
works.
what it's done for you, and I'm glad you told your story. We'll be right back, folks.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Brought to you by Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh, Demand, the Yellow Van, McVeigh Plumbing and Heating, and by Butler Transit Authority. Online and on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know ballers. Baseballers, basketballers, footballers, pickleballers, even bocce ballers. We also know that no two ballers are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we use the latest research, equipment, and technologies to build your personalized plan. No matter how hard you want to ball, we see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN.
You know what I love? The punchki. Oakmont Bakery's punchkis. Delicious. Strawberry cream, cherry, raspberry, blueberry, Pittsburgh cream, Oakmont cream, lemon, maple bacon, cookies and cream, apple cinnamon, peanut butter. The punchki rocks. You got to try the punchki at Oakmont Bakery. Handmade, homemade, unbelievable treat at Oakmont Bakery right now. You know what I say about punchki? They're delicious. Oakmont Bakery rocks.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 43. Skies are mostly sunny. At 12 o'clock, I'm Paul Rasmussen. We're finishing a week of big swings in temperatures that's included every form of precipitation. National Weather Service meteorologist Matt Rudy says the start of spring may happen next week.
If we can get through this weekend, it'll be chilly this weekend still, but into next week, we're definitely looking at 60s, at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it looks like at least the 1 month outlook, 2 month outlook is leaning a little bit above average on temps. So we may be pulling out a winter here slowly.
Some forecast models are showing highs in the lower 70s by midweek. For the second time in as many years, an initiative asking voters if the city should stop doing business with any company that has ties to Israel will not be on the ballot. The Beacon Coalition says the group known as Not on Our Dime failed to meet the number of valid signatures to get the measure on the ballot. The coalition says not only were there duplicate signatures, but there were at least 6,000 from non-city residents. Critics say the measure would cripple the city and could possibly be interpreted to stop police from responding to emergency calls at a synagogue. The Beacon Coalition also points a finger at Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey for failing to instruct the city solicitor to challenge the referendum, saying a lack of action empowers extremists. 41-year-old man being held in the Allegheny County Jail died this morning. Warden Trevor Wingard says the unidentified man was brought to the jail last night on charges of resisting arrest and prohibited acts and experienced a medical emergency waiting for his arraignment. Life-saving measures were unsuccessful, and there will now be an internal review of the death and a county police investigation. A school van driver was killed, and a teen behind the wheel of an SUV was injured in a collision with a tractor-trailer this morning in Westmoreland County. This happened after 7 a.m. in Salem Township when the school van and SUV were struck by a tractor-trailer at the intersection of Routes 22 and 819. It appears the truck driver ran a red light. The unidentified woman driving the school van was working for DMJ Transportation. No students were on board. The 17-year-old driving the SUV was taken to a hospital in stable condition. A man accused of shooting a woman in the head last month in Stowe Township is facing attempted homicide and other charges. 47-year-old John Irwin was arrested Thursday inside a home on Lamont Street that left the woman in critical condition. Police say the victim later told them Irwin shot her following an argument. She's expected to make a full recovery. We expect to learn more about the assassination attempt at last July's Trump campaign rally. The president says he plans to release the report on that incident at the Butler Farm Show grounds.
I want to find the answers. I've told them. In fact, today I said, I want to find. We can no longer blame Biden for that one. He should have released that a long time ago. So they are giving me a report next week sometime, and I do believe I'll be releasing. I want to release the report.
President Trump also says he'll release the report on the second assassination attempt in Florida. Employers added 151,000 jobs last month. Today's report from the Labor Department shows hiring was up from 125,000 in January, and the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.1%. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 283 points at 42,296. The Nasdaq is down 220 points, and the S&P is down 47. KDKA Sports, the Pirates-Phillies game this afternoon is in Bradenton. Jared Jones will start for the Bucks. You can listen on KDKA Radio starting at 1 p.m. And the Penguins are trading forward Anthony Beauvillier to the Capitals for a second-round draft pick. The Pens will play the Golden Knights tonight at Las Vegas. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:04. 40 and sunny in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast next.
$3.2 million for a power plant worker with mesothelioma. $3 million for the family of a steel worker who died from asbestos-related lung cancer. Another $3.8 million for the family of a steel worker with mesothelioma. These are just a few case results that Pittsburgh-based law firm Goldberg, Persky & White have been able to get for their clients. They can do the same for you. If you're suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma, contact GPW for a free consultation at 1-800-COMPLEX or GPWLaw.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep, 149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, cause this deal's for a limited time. 149
For tax prep that's $149 or less. Hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Kuhn, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/gutter to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/gutter for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's Phyzical in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. Phyzical, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, Phyzical, it works.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-431-2715. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715. 800-431-2715.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine will give way to increasing clouds the rest of today. The high 45 tonight will be cloudy with a bit of wet snow and rain early, becoming all snow before ending late. There can be a slushy coating to an inch around the area. Watch for slick spots, the low 29. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural hair products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
For the 5th time since Ed Gainey became mayor, the city of Pittsburgh has a new police chief. The latest change happened suddenly on Tuesday when acting chief Chris Ragland decided to end his career with the police department to take a private sector job. In the aftermath, city leaders spent the next day blaming one another for the loss. Political intrigue is what drove away the mayor's nominee for permanent chief. 3 sources have confirmed for KDKA at least one city council member told Ragland who he would promote as assistant chiefs if he wanted the job. Not only is that unethical, but it is also a betrayal of the obligation council members have to prioritize public safety ahead of political agendas. What makes Ragland's loss even worse is that an officer with 3 decades of experience in Pittsburgh was willing to jump through numerous hoops ahead of a confirmation vote. It's another depressing chapter in the police department, where officer ranks are shrinking and morale is fading thanks to the neglect of a succession of administrations. City government dysfunction is the reason Pittsburgh does not have a new police chief.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, back on the Inside Story. Marty Griffin today. Fabulous Fish Fry Friday, and we are streaming live on Marty's stuff, and this is what you call the catch of the day. Haddock.
Yeah.
Golden brown, delicious.
Delicious.
Breadworks, Pittsburgh, hoagie bun. So good.
Is that what that is?
And you know what you have to have, don't you? Heinz.
Jesus. Hold up a bottle of mustard while you're at it.
Or Frank's Red Hot.
And they eat the hell out of it in Beaver County.
That's right, man. And we have 2 for 1 today.
You don't even live in
Two
Beaver.
people for the price of one show.
I don't even think you live in Beaver County.
I don't.
You
I live in a van by the river.
Down by the river. I've seen you.
So what's up with Trump, our president? Sanctions possibly.
He's trying to talk. No, it's not happening. He's trying to talk up the economy.
Well, he's kind of telling Russia, you're bombarding Ukraine, so we're going to put some sanctions on you. Maybe oil.
Whatever.
Chinese
the market's
bank
tanking.
sanctions.
The market's tanking. He's in full freak out. Think about this. You're trying to run an economy, and on Monday, Trump says, I'm going to tax tariff, in essence, which is, by the way, Warren Buffett says a tariff is going to war. And so the car manufacturers say, whoa, my man, average cars are going to go up $4,000 to $12,000. Stop, or we'll die. Trump goes, oh, chill on that then. Let's let them slide for a few days. But let me jack with everyone else.
But you know what else Warren Buffett just said on the CBS Sunday Morning Show with Nora O'Donnell?
I watched the whole interview.
Katharine Graham used to run the Washington Post. He said, look, Washington's Washington. You just got to roll with the punches. This is going to all bottom out. This is all shock and awe.
That's what people are afraid of, bottoming out.
151,000 new jobs created last month.
Okay, which is way below the estimate. Why are you... You're not a Democrat anymore, are you? Let me see.
I am a Democrat, but I'm
no
an old
way.
school Democrat. Listen, I know what's good for the economy.
You're now a Trumper.
I'm not ashamed to admit that, at least for right now.
No, man.
I didn't vote for the guy last time.
Stay on message, though. Don't keep jerking people's change, man.
I am staying on message.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
But what did you tell me yesterday? When he hits a home run, I like it.
We call it. Okay, well, then when he hits the ball foul, hits someone in the face with a line drive, and blinds them,
but they better be prepared to catch the ball. That's why I like where Fetterman's going right now.
Really? Because the market lost $3 trillion in a week. Every single gain from an entire year in the market is gone. And now all the conservatives are turning on Trump. You know why?
Why?
Because he's cutting their friends.
But he said he was going to do all this. But you actually think all of this stuff's actually going to happen?
Well, look what he did.
They're already pulling back on some of it. And Elon Musk is going to find something else to do. And by the time June rolls around, he won't even be in Washington anymore.
So what do you tell the people then about that? Because you feel good about Elon leaving.
I'm not saying I feel good about it.
Who are sitting home right now are going to lose their house because they have no mortgage to pay because Trump cut them, even though they're good employees.
These government jobs, and who, by the way, a mandate Josh Shapiro just put out to hire all of these federal workers that are out of what?
Let's talk about Trump, who admitted.
I'm trying to give the Democrats some love here.
That they cut good people, man. You can't do that. You can't cut. And I'm going to tell you what happened during Clinton.
When we had a balanced budget 30 years ago.
He cut 377,000 jobs. He actually did.
And then he brought them back.
No, he didn't. Pay attention, please, just once. Help me out here. Help me out.
Okay.
He cut 377,000 jobs, but they did it by attrition. They did it by retirement. They did it by analysis.
But we weren't $37 trillion in debt then either, Marty.
Guess who added $7 trillion to the debt when he was in office? Trump. More debt than any president in the history of this country.
Because the country's been going on for fumes since like 1995.
Look at you, Mr. Republican now. And let me tell you this, my man.
It's like your mom making sauce. The reason it was so good because she kept stirring it.
Republicans
and
do not
that's exactly
believe.
what I'm doing today.
Republicans do not believe.
Sit down and get some Italian bread, and I'll give you a cup of this sauce.
See, he moves on. Next, we'll be talking about Beaver. You want the truth, listen to the truth. If
you mentioned Beaver County more than me today.
Yeah, because it's so damn
Why? Because
funny.
you're not allowed in that county anymore.
So your boy adds $7 trillion to the deficit, and now he realizes, oh, crap. We fired some really good people. We better bring them back, Elon.
What did I just say on my show the other day? If he's going to realize he's firing so many, who's going to run the country?
He fired good people. He fired good people. Big mistake. And now it's hitting them. I have friends that are really, really, really good at their jobs that we both know that are in full freak out because these idiots just cut people, and that's just not the way it's supposed to go, Rob.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and if you'd like to stop out for a delicious haddock fish sandwich, you got to punch up him here on the table at Kuhn's Market. You're welcome.
I love my man.
Or
Pratt.
if you want to talk to Marty and me, 866-391-1020. We'll be back.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Pure opportunity. It's what Michigan is all about. The opportunity to do more. The opportunity to connect with the best talent. The opportunity for people of all backgrounds to grow and expand their business. The opportunity to live and work in a state where paychecks go further. The opportunity is now, and is right here in Michigan. Visit MichiganBusiness.org to discover all the ways the Michigan Economic Development Corporation can help your business thrive.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep 149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, cause this deal's for a limited time. 149.
For tax prep that's $149 or less, hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Look, Julian Gray and I became good friends when my parents passed. And in those difficult times, I'll tell you what he did. He got us through it. Seriously, with estate planning, unbelievable. With managing the taxes, unbelievable. With a will, unbelievable. This is what they do, folks. They're certified elder law attorneys, and they are committed to helping you with legal issues and protecting your family. Julian Gray is the best I've ever known. I have gone in his office in a frenzy, worried about taxes, about the estate, about how to manage money, about how to manage my future. And Julian Gray and his people answer those questions. They're the best going. GrayOuterlaw.com, GrayOuterlaw.com, 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. The best.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Par-Mar store. See for yourself. Download the Par-Mar stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the Education Director of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Tim Neff.
First Lieutenant Richard Harrell of Allegheny County was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross during World War II in Hungary on June 14, 1944. While participating in a bombing mission against vital enemy oil installations, Harrell's aircraft sustained severe damage from anti-aircraft fire, and he and the co-pilot were seriously wounded and partially blinded by flying fragments. Despite intense pain, shock, and loss of blood, he gallantly remained at his position, bringing the aircraft through the enemy opposition for a highly successful bombing run. Despite the crippled condition of the aircraft and the seriousness of his wounds, Harrell displayed outstanding courage and teamwork. The crew then brought the stricken ship through a safe landing at base without further damage.
Consider a tax-deductible donation. Visit soldiersandsailorshall.org for more information.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by American Military University. Each year, the Purple Heart Foundation helps thousands of veterans through short-term financial assistance. CEO Stephen Ruckman says this year the need is greater than ever.
The VSO community will be asked to pick up the slack with already limited budget funding. And our critical assistance grant program, the micro grants for financial emergencies, opens up every quarter and shuts down after about 3 weeks because we've already allocated the quarterly allowance, and we open it up again, and 3 weeks later it shuts down again. The need is great, and it will just get greater with these cuts that the VA is experiencing.
CBS Eye on Veterans is presented by American Military University. Veterans and their families receive 10% off undergraduate and master's level programs at American Military University, where your service is honored with savings.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, back here, Inside Story. Marty Griffin, abbreviated edition today to 1 Pirates baseball. Philadelphia coming up at 1 o'clock. We're looking forward to the Pirates. Their opening weekend, the Yankees are going to be in town.
Good for them. I love going. I hope they win, man. I wish they would win. I've been there. Actually, I don't know if PJ was there, but I've been at Super Bowl games, and I was really young when the Steelers were amazing, and the adrenaline. Rob, I'm serious about this. Never in my life have I been at a stadium so insane. Was the last Pirate playoff game, and I was there. Right,
no doubt, absolutely.
Right?
I mean, I've been to Stanley Cups.
Yep.
I've been to Super Bowls. I've been to playoffs and so on and so. There was not a feeling.
Yeah.
Like that black wave coming over the bridge.
Yeah.
It was like being at a like an international soccer game with the flags flying out. I'm getting chills right now talking about it.
It's a baseball
it was unbelievable.
Town. It's a baseball town.
It is a baseball town. I know everybody calls it a football town. It's a town. If you win, they're going to pack the stadium.
I agree.
It is a baseball town. Look how many people they put in that
I
ballpark
agree.
year in, year out with a losing team.
It's true. And do you remember during that game, who was the pitcher? Cato? What was they were called?
Cueto.
Johnny Cueto.
That was amazing when
Cueto.
the fans started doing that.
It was unbelievable. We were in conversations this week because we just spent a few days down in Bradenton. Andrew Filipponi and Larry Richard.
Right.
We talked about that whole Cueto deal and everything. And Steve Blass, comments that he thinks it's overrated. That whole deal he thought it was overrated. But what it did is Cueto got, he picked that ball up and he probably thought the next pitch, well, I'll show these people here in Pittsburgh. I'm going to come down the pipe with a fastball. And Martin sat on it and hit that home run. So it had an effect somehow, some way, I believe, on that ball game.
No doubt. We need another Russell Martin on this team. Although Rodriguez and Joey Bart, I can live with
Bart.
it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I can live with it.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's got family from Butler, Pennsylvania.
I knew that because I talked to him down at the Pirate Fest.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, too. And I know it's a little bit of an older stadium now. It's been around a while. McClatchy obviously saved baseball in this town, whether anybody wants to believe it or not. That building trades that we love so much to talk about.
Geez.
Now, wait. PNC Park, listen to me. PNC Park is the greatest ballpark in America, bottom line. I don't know any ballpark that even comes closer.
Beautiful. What the hell does that have to do with the building?
Well, they build it.
Okay.
Carpenters,
They built the
electricians,
U.S.
plumbers.
Steel building, too. What are we doing here?
Yeah, but
You got to promote it, man.
Those stadiums don't get built if it wasn't for who?
Taxpayer money. And McClatchy.
What politician?
Oh,
come on.
Help me out here.
Mayor Tom Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Mr.
All right,
Murphy.
Stadiums
Who
in
was just
Pittsburgh and Philadelphia.
Okay, this isn't the fan. Do we mind if we move
Right,
off the
no,
sports,
we're
Larry?
talking about economics. We're talking about economics because he was on the state legislature.
Yep.
He put that in the fine print
He did.
of that budget.
Give him some credit.
Not
So,
just for Pittsburgh, but
let's
Philly,
talk
too.
about this sandwich here for a second.
You like that sandwich?
It's bizarre. It's like a whale.
Talk about me flipping the
It's
switch.
not a whale of a cod. It's a whale.
You were complaining like my Italian grandmother.
I had 2 bites. That's about enough for me.
Well, you're not the man you used to be.
Look at PJ, though. PJ had no problem
Listen,
with it.
get off my man, will you?
It's gone.
Listen, you wait to see where we end up on this mothership because of this brain trust over here.
Brain trust.
I'm telling you. He's a Pittsburgher. He knows what we like. Fish sandwiches and talk radio, what we're doing today.
Look, you got people here. Look.
I'm telling you. Look at this place. Packed.
When you're on remote location, you have to know how to ingest a sandwich of food quickly and get it down quickly so you can move on to do your work.
Cigna taught me that years ago.
That's right.
You got to be able to talk with your mouth full. And I made a career of it. Listen,
where
else would you rather be today?
Really?
The first Friday in Lent, a good Catholic
How much
boy like
time
you.
do you have?
Come on.
I sent the boss a note, and he's sitting here I'm like, come on.
And I want to tell Steve Mazza, who I love, this is showbiz, Steve. Remember that. Go ahead.
In other words, Steve, he's trying to kiss your butt.
Listen, I appreciate hardworking people. What did Jason Ritchie say on my show, the new chair of the Republican Committee in Allegheny County, who you like?
I know you had him on 6 days
I'm a Democrat. No, twice in 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Listen, Republican Party right now, if you look at what they're doing, it's more like they're helping the working class than hurting the working class, and they do like unions too. no matter what anybody wants to say. But I'm still a Democrat, but I just tell it the way I see
He's
it.
not
And
a
right now,
Democrat.
this administration is doing more for working class people than I've seen in any Democratic administration in the presidency in a very long time. Will it last? I don't know. But for right now, it's working for working class people.
Well, what's actually fascinating is Mazza is one of my boys. He's
I know he is.
Big player in the Carpenters Union. He's a big union guy.
I
He's
know
very
he is.
connected in the city. He knows this. Most of the guys in his union and most of the guys I know that are Teamsters voted for Trump. All Democrats. It's never happened before. About 70%. So to your point, it's actually true. They've given
My
up.
man, he agreed with me. It only took 25 years.
They gave up on the Democratic Party. They really did.
Here's what it comes down to. What were you talking about when we began the show about taking care of your kids, right? The simple things.
Having a fight with my wife,
yeah,
actually.
Simple things in life, because we know it was about money, because it sure ain't about sex.
No.
All right, now listen. The simple things in life, right? You said that earlier. It's either money or sex. And look, I know where we are at this stage in our life. It's got to be about money. Bottom line is this.
Speak for yourself.
Isn't it about, believe me.
The hammer still hits the nail.
Listen. I'm so lonely.
I know.
It's been a long time.
He's rubbing my back, folks.
Listen, you used to like that.
Now,
Now
my knee.
Look at me. Isn't it about actually just getting a
got movement.
paycheck and taking groceries home to your family and having a great dinner like the Comanche
And
used to
Kuhn's.
in Brighton Heights on the north
Kuhn's
side?
Market.
That's the bottom line.
And Heinz
Feeding
mustard.
that's it. There's nothing else in life. And right now, this administration is trying to tell people we are going to help you be able to afford the price of eggs, be able to live in a home, and to be able to take care of your family. And that's who we all are. That's okay. That's my man.
Greatest
Let him
picture I ever saw
when he
in my
puts
life.
up with what we do, he should be able to sit down and have a sandwich.
I got to send this to his poor wife who thinks
please
he's
don't
going to
do that.
die.
Please.
Your wife is worried about you, and so am I.
That's another high school romance, like you and well, not high school, but look, they stayed together, you stayed together, so you two are doing something right.
High school, post-college, whatever it takes, 220, 221.
That's a great Pittsburgh love story.
All right, we're back in a few minutes.
Let's
We're
take-
live at Kuhn's. Come on by.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 412-556-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Magnificent March savings at Kuhn's Market.
Fresh salmon fillets, $8.88 a pound. Tender spring asparagus, $1.77 a pound. And Mrs. T pierogies, 12 to 16 ounce packages, $1.88 each. Come see us at Kuhn's.
Happy birthday to us. 2 surprises for you. 2 surprises from NordVPN. 2 surprises for you.
Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN. We have a special birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. NordVPN is rated as excellent on PC Mag. Visit NordVPN.com and discover one of the most advanced VPNs in the world. What are the benefits? Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Receive alerts if your email address leaks to the dark web. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro tool. Encrypt your online traffic and browse with more peace of mind. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we are here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 41 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. City Controller Rachel Heisler says she will always stand with her Jewish neighbors as a group trying to get a referendum on the spring ballot withdraws its petition.
We have more from News Radio KDK's David Colorado.
Heisler says barring the city from working with companies that do business with Israel or any country accused of genocide would tie her hands down to the simplest of things, like purchasing nails by a company that may be made by one that sells to China or to Israel.
If we acquire something, a product, a service, a technology that does business with one of those governments, I then become personally liable.
Jeffrey Finkelstein of the Jewish Federation says the measure meets a common definition of anti-Semitism.
And one of those is when Israel is held to a different standard than any other country. I think we saw that in this case clearly.
While organizers said last month they had exceeded the number of signatures to get the question on the ballot, the Beacon Coalition says at least 6,000 were from non-city residents. David Colorado, News Radio, KDKA.
A Fayette County woman seen wearing clown makeup has police concerned for her welfare. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen tells us why.
The young woman has been spotted in several neighborhoods acting suspiciously.
She is definitely suffering a mental health crisis. We have reason to believe that she's not taking prescribed medications.
Sherman Township Police Chief Zachary Kodrick doesn't believe the woman is a threat, but he's advising caution. And Kodrick wants anyone who sees the woman to call 911.
As far as any criminal proceedings, at this time, we don't have anything. She needs to get some help, and we wish to get her the help that she needs.
The Albert Gallatin School District has notified parents, faculty, and staff at the middle and elementary schools have been told to report any sightings. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 268 points, the Nasdaq down 208. The S&P 500 is down 51 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update after Pirate Baseball. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN's birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. Visit NordVPN and discover the benefits. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Encrypt your online traffic. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics. At California Psychics, we know that when you haven't found love, it feels like everyone else has. Every movie has a love interest. Every song is a love song. Where are all the songs about cats? Or the joy of early bedtimes? And of course, the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to help you find the one. We connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So you could be feeling all lovey-dovey real soon. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Hey folks, it's Marty. I love this. The 4-day sale at Levin Furniture and Mattress was too good to miss. So my friend Robert Levin and his team are extending this amazing sale. Get not one, not two, not three, but 4 times the sales tax discount. Plus, save up to 50% on new arrivals. Get 5 years special financing with no money down and the lowest guaranteed prices on Tempur-Pedic and Purple for Life. Levin's extended 4-day sale happening now at all Levin Furniture and Mattress stores. Love it.
The Post-Gazette Sports Experience brings you closer than ever before to your favorite Pittsburgh teams. Join their award-winning team of professional beat writers and columnists as they dive deeper into the stories, news, and exclusive analysis that matters most to you. Get insider takes on the Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, and Panthers, plus coverage of Whitfield High School sports, Duquesne, Penn State, and so much more. Visit postgazette.com/sports.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
After morning sunshine, clouds increase this afternoon, high 45. Tonight will be cloudy, a bit of wet snow and rain mixed early, then a little snow later tonight, ending late. There can be a slushy covering to an inch in places. Watch for slick spots, especially late tonight, though 29. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Contemplating retirement but worried you can't afford it because of high healthcare insurance costs? Dina Schmidt and her team at One Health Benefits will guide you on what's best for your retirement healthcare needs. One Health Benefits has been providing customized health benefit choices to retirees for over 2 decades. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised about the affordable options from One Health Benefits. Call today, 724-799-8873, or learn more at onehealthbenefits.com. Beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get 3 rooms, Zero Resified starting at $129. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResPGH.com today.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
All right, you can tell it's getting close to the end here because there's nothing but a few breadcrumbs left.
It's a wonderful fish sandwich.
You like that?
Yeah.
Good.
You're right. You're right from the start.
I'm always
I would
right
recommend
about
it to
Kuhn's.
anyone, man.
You know, Kuhn's Market is you. I mean, this is Pittsburgh, man. That's
I
who
love
we
this
are.
joint.
That's
really
who we
nice
are.
people, really cool store.
That's what makes us who we are. All right. As we get set to ride off into the sunset, what does Marty Griffin do on the weekends? Does that phone ever stop? Like people, I mean, I don't think you've put that phone down for 2.5 hours. You get continuous text messages.
Well, it's actually a wonderful point, and it's actually a wonderful observation, and it's a life balance. However, and no one knows this better than Patrick, if you really want this to work and to drive content, original content,
right,
it's all day and most of the night.
It is.
And you can come in and do a talk show and say, hey, what's up, give me a call about potholes. All right. Or you can come and do a talk show and generate news, change laws, put furnaces in people's homes, get people kidneys, raise $4 or $5 million, and change the world. Put politicians out of office, raise hell. Or you can come in and take phone calls about potholes. I chose
to make a difference.
The big road. And as a result, I'm kind of unilaterally focused on making a difference and raising hell. That being said, we kind of have rules in the house where we have dinner together every night. Then right after dinner, I spend an hour and a half setting up the show. Then about 9 o'clock, I shut it down. And then I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start again. But I find, you've known me for years.
Long
I find
time.
great joy in this.
I do too.
Yeah. And there's nothing quite like actually going to a home and putting a roof on a house that's $30,000 and the woman's crying because she didn't have $30. There's nothing quite like affecting an election, a mayor's race, a Senate race. There isn't. And the truth is we've been given this platform and this opportunity, and I covet it. So, to make a long story short, yes, I'm a bit focused on this all the time, and it's a weakness.
Is there somebody out there that you wish would have run for mayor?
Yeah, of course, Joe Rocky. Of course, if
So
he lived in the city.
Let's talk about Joe Rocky.
I try to get Rich Fitzgerald to run. Of course, he would kick ass.
You think Rich could have been a good governor?
Yeah,
I do too.
well, he works hard, and he's
But
very
you
intelligent.
think he's done though with politics?
He's done. Yeah, he's absolutely done.
If he was from the East, do you think he'd be
Governor.
Yeah.
Kevin Acklin would be a hell of a mayor. Hell of a mayor.
So let me ask you, what happened with Weinstein, who I think would have promoted Allegheny
Well,
County?
bad timing. And Fitz.
Fitz what? Tell me what happened.
Fitz pushed another agenda, and
With Lamb.
Yeah, of course.
But did Lamb ever have a puncher's chance?
No, you'd get more votes. He's unelectable. He's a nice guy, but he can't raise money, and he just doesn't have the juice. And
Who's a nice guy but can't raise the money?
Lamb.
Oh, because not Weinstein. Weinstein can do anything. He's Barnum and Bailey.
Love him. Very charming.
Listen, that guy could sell me anything.
But what happened was, and you know this, Rob.
Crossfire.
Him and Fitz got sideways, and what ended up is they balanced each other off, and they both lost.
But don't you see some? Look, you're going to come after me probably.
And
on
then
this.
Sarah comes in.
I
She's
see
totally
some good
unqualified.
there. I know, but I still see some youth there, and I think
I don't care how young you are, how old you are. What has she done?
Well, it's
she raised
early.
taxes by 50%.
Did she have any choice?
I have no idea. But the government has choice. They're cutting right now. Sure, everybody has a choice, Rob.
You realize if this next mayor, whoever it is, whether he gets reelected or it's Corey or whomever, West or Moreno, if they don't get it right, Pittsburgh will become a ghost town.
No, it'll never be a ghost town.
Listen, yes,
Never.
it will.
No, too many.
And
great,
as they go,
too
we
many
all
great-
go.
No, too many great leaders. Corey will be a better negotiator. He'll be a better communicator. He won't be that great mayor. It's just not his thing. It just isn't.
When was the last great mayor?
I love Caligari, but I was so young.
You've heard that story about him, right? How much
My father
dedicated he was.
My father kind of came up with Pete Flaherty. I remember, but I was a
But
little.
times are different. We don't have the manufacturing base. We don't have the working class jobs.
Texas does.
Well, yeah. That's what we need to be thinking more about Texas. That's why.
Why does Texas, Rob?
Because they don't waste time on such rhetoric.
Not about wasting time, Rob. No state.
And they're
income-
not banging on one of your biggest employers because it's a little bit of a pollution in the air.
No state. I lived down there for 20 years. No state income tax, and they come in and say, "Hey, you come over here. Here's this free land. Go." And that's what happens.
That's why Musk went there.
That's why everybody goes there, brother. It's a blessing, and it's a different environment, though. But there's no way Pittsburgh will ever fade away. But what's happened to us, and the rich guys in this town know it, is we're losing all this population, and we don't have the growth that's necessary. The future here is AI. And my boys at Walnut Capital and a couple of VCs I know, and this guy at Gecko, this young man that started Gecko, Pittsburgh guy, invented this company in his dorm room.
Well, that's what they do, man.
Here at college.
That's what they do.
Okay? At Grove City College. He has $1 billion company. Gainey wouldn't meet with him and wouldn't give him any tax incentives. He has $1 billion company. That's
a definite.
That thinking process has to stop, brother.
So why wouldn't Gainey? That makes no sense to me.
It makes sense to him because this is a rich white guy and this is a rich guy's business and he's into socialism.
Then what are you trying to tell me?
He won't work with those people. He won't. They're the enemy to him.
What kind of people?
Rich white guys.
So
he won't. Ask him.
You know what that kind of
Did
is
you-
a border
you heard-
of?
you
I know,
heard-
but you know what that's bordering on with you making that statement.
It's socialism. It's how he thinks because he thinks we've taken everything.
Well, Gainey has been on your show. Have you asked him that?
Sure, I'll tell you. I grew up poor and everybody's still poor and you've taken enough.
And so you have to be poor to get an opportunity.
Kind of. That's how
Well,
he sees
isn't
it.
it about giving people who have the base to help people
He
that
doesn't
are
see
poor?
it. He doesn't see it that way. He sees it as you help us grow or get the hell out of my way. You help give poor people housing or get the hell out of my way.
But you understand with this
But
whole
hold on. That's a far left socialist view. It's just the truth.
Well, then we're never going to get ahead.
You got that right.
Now, you realize with this whole housing
Which is
thing,
why Corey raised $800,000 and he raised $24,000.
okay, it's not so much about, all these guys
That's
that
my
look,
man,
like,
Mad Max.
look like the Secret
Patrick.
Service.
Patrick in the flesh.
There
Mad
he is.
Max.
Max. How are
Mad
you, man?
Max. My brother. Love that man.
All right, let's get this final break and come back and wrap it up here.
Yeah.
All right? Can I interest you in another fish sandwich?
Oh, no.
All right, we'll be back. Stay with us.
It was really good, though.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
Happy birthday to us. 2 surprises for you. 2 surprises from NordVPN. 2 surprises for you. Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN. We have a special birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. NordVPN is rated as excellent on PC Mag. Visit NordVPN.com and discover one of the most advanced VPNs in the world. What are the benefits? Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Receive alerts if your email address leaks to the dark web. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro tool. Encrypt your online traffic and browse with more peace of mind. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Is that a new Samsung Galaxy A15 5G?
Yeah, I got it for free when I joined Cricket Nation.
Sounds pretty great.
At Cricket, anyone can get a new phone when they switch.
Whoa.
With a high-quality camera, meaning more flattering selfies for all. And super fast 5G, so you can post them for all to see. Your friends, your family, your ex. Free phone! Free phone!
Okay, I'll switch.
Welcome to Cricket Nation.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
I contemplated not wearing my RFK, Roush, Fenway, Keselowski hat today, so as to not make people mad. And what I might buy now is a Dale Earnhardt Incorporated hat that just says DEI, and start wearing that around and see how...
KDKA.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices. Just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. The first jobs report of the new Trump administration shows job growth moderated in February. Employers added 151,000 workers last month, short of the 160,000 forecast, while the unemployment rate rose one notch. It's now 4.1%. The impact of those massive federal job cuts will not show up until later reports, likely for the current month and for April. Reports of Russia's willingness to discuss a temporary truce in its war against Ukraine gave the markets a little bit of a lift earlier today. But that didn't last long. You couple that with worries about Trump's on-again, off-again tariff wars and that so-so February jobs report, and stocks are lower again. The Dow is down 0.2%. The NASDAQ is down a little more than 1%. The S&P 500 down almost 0.9%. And a done deal. Walgreens Boots Alliance has agreed to be acquired by a private equity firm called Sycamore Partners for $10 billion. That takes one of the nation's oldest, best-known drugstore chains private. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All right, one more segment, and then it's off to the Wizard of Oz. You're going back to the station?
Uh-huh. Hey,
right.
let's play this Trump sound. Ryan Snag for us. Thanks, Ryan. Donald Trump, just speaking.
Some modifications. I mean, if you have a wall in front of you, sometimes you have to go around the wall instead of through it. But I think very little. On occasion, If we can do something, we want to help companies. We want to help companies create jobs. So I could have left that, and you wouldn't have had a minor change. Instead, I was asked by the real majors, the big majors, if they could do this, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. I want you to produce a lot of jobs. And numerous of the people, actually all of the people I spoke to have already been, they're very much on the way to already do it. That's why you have auto jobs increase. And the man, I don't know him, Sean Fain, I don't know him, and I did great, as you know, with the auto workers, with the Teamsters, with unions. I did fantastically well. Best numbers ever by a Republican.
It's true.
And I have a lot of respect for those people. But Sean Fain, who I don't know, but wasn't a supporter, although the auto workers were big supporters. I watched him last night, and he said Donald Trump is absolutely right on tariffs. He said what he's doing on tariffs is an incredible thing. And it's about time somebody had the guts to do it, because we're going to save auto manufacturing. And I said to people when I was campaigning, you're going to have so many auto jobs, you're not going to believe what's going to happen. We're going to load up Michigan. I won the state of Michigan, as you know. And part of the reason I won it was I got a lot of auto workers that voted for me, Detroit, etc. But I think people are going to be very surprised. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. You mentioned in your remarks chips manufacturing.
Donald Trump speaking live about 15 minutes ago in the White House.
You also mentioned it in your address to Congress, and you called on Congress to overturn the CHIPS Act.
Reporters asking what happened with the stock market and these tariffs.
Why would you like
He's also talking about threatening Russia with
because
sanctions.
It's hundreds of billions of dollars, and it's just a waste of money. Now, some people have already taken the money and used it. Actually, it's very hard to qualify because they go by race, they go by gender, they go by all sorts of things. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. You won't be able to find those people. So I don't even think anybody can qualify. They have so many different categories in order to qualify. You have to have so many of a certain race, a certain gender, a certain this, a certain, and I don't think they can qualify, but if they take the money, they better qualify because they'll be watching them. But it's a tremendous waste of money. I didn't give the greatest chip company in the world, one of the greatest companies, I didn't give them 10 cents. They came here because of tariffs, because they didn't want to pay the tariffs. And they also came here because they like the results of the election, because they know that I'm very pro-business and pro-jobs. I mean, I'm pro-business.
That's enough. Thanks, Ryan.
Not for business sake.
Sounds like he was listening to me today.
So the market crashed. In essence, it lost $2 trillion in value in 4 days, and so
common sense.
He's trying to calm the markets. The market's going to have its lowest point in several months.
Buy low. Remember, now's the time to get in.
Yeah. He's also talking about the sanctions against Russia until they stop the war in Ukraine, unless they push.
Keep your enemies closer. Keep your
strongly
enemies closer.
Considering imposing far-reaching sanctions and tariffs on Russia until a peace deal is reached in the war in Ukraine. There you go. I think what you have to do, Rob.
Yes, sir.
Is understand the dynamic of Donald Trump, or you're going to spend 4 years under your bed saying this guy sucks. It's what we talked about in the morning. We've all had insane bosses who have certain qualities that make us better. Right?
Absolutely.
We've all had bosses that we just couldn't stand, however, they taught us how to be better, how to make money, how to improve ratings, and we tolerate it because that's their thing. It's the truth with Trump. Find what you like that helps America and stick to it. Because otherwise, my man, you're going to be under your bed saying this country sucks and Trump sucks, and you become Summer Lee. And Summer Lee won't help herself. She won't help America. She can't help this region because she's posting stuff on social media that says F Donald Trump. And F Donald Trump does not help Western Pennsylvania. Think of the rationale, Mr. Pratt. Summer Lee thinks, she's big and bad because she says F Donald Trump on social media. So if a bill comes across his desk that she's sponsoring, it's going to help Western Pennsylvania create jobs, and he sees her name, what's he going to do with that bill, sir?
Wastebasket.
Circular file. Man,
you can't win over people with nothing but controversy.
Right on, brother.
You can't do it.
Our lives are not about angst and hatred and animus. We have to learn the benefit of relationships. And that's why I like Shapiro. How do you think Shapiro got $2 billion in funding for federal programs in Pennsylvania, unfrozen, relationships with Trump. That's a fact.
And also, people still saying if he would have been the vice presidential candidate, she would have fared better. And also why he's the front runner to be the Democratic nominee, probably to go against J.D. Vance in 2028.
I don't know.
He's doing something right.
Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Final 2 minutes, all yours.
No, man, I'm tired.
Come on. After that fish sandwich, you want a nap.
No, man, I couldn't even eat a third of it. It's really good. I'm not disparaging.
You know what we should do in the Catholic Church? We should have, like,
I'm
fish
not in the
fry.
Catholic Church.
I know, but I am.
You go. You don't go to church.
Not as much as I should.
Thank you.
But PJ will contest. There was a time in my life, come heck or high water, I never missed Mass.
So did I.
I was an usher for 10 years.
Okay, I was an altar boy for 20. So what? Monday's gone to Tuesday.
So you don't
Ever.
No.
Once a year. 3 times a year. My wife makes me.
Let me scoot my chair a little bit further in case the bolt of lightning.
I'm
no,
not disparaging the Catholics.
They should have mobile confession.
No, hell with that.
And fish fry.
It's stupid, like the stupid.
Bless you,
those
my
stupid
son.
drive-through
Forgive
ashes.
him.
Come on, man.
Listen,
Come on.
when was the last time you got ashes? Come on.
Middle school. No.
Marty.
No, high school. Central Catholic.
We began this show talking about family.
1 minute.
Okay.
Man.
I still have a wonderful family. And
I didn't
still
say
have
you didn't.
Still have insane faith. It's just not faith in the Catholic Church. That's my problem that I deal with on a daily basis.
All right, well, listen.
I'm not picking on the Catholics. I love them.
They love you, too.
Yeah.
Forgive.
Hey,
It's
man,
one
I
of our
got to tell you.
greatest qualities.
My wife sent me a text. She
No,
loves
okay.
this
Oh,
back and forth.
Well, I appreciate her. She puts up
And
with
the-
you.
Hold on. And the man that I really respect and admire because he's honest with me, PJ likes it. Us.
Listen, what I tell you before, long after you and I are here, he's going to continue to take this brand to new heights.
He might not be here Monday with
Listen,
that heart
he's going to be here. He's going to be here
man.
because Pittsburgh is PJ.
15 seconds.
And that's what this station
Oh, we
is
got
all
to go to the
about.
Pirate game.
Philadelphia, my favorite Philadelphia Philly. I told Brian Corey, our producer from Philly, third baseman, Mike Schmidt.
Is he alive still?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
All right, that'll do it. Thank you. See you tomorrow, bright
See
and
you,
early,
Pratt.
5 a.m. home show all weekend.